is a spectacular night. We're at Gupton Stadium for high school football, and we're down to the final 2 weeks of the regular season, and we've got a good one for you. Roger Wallace alongside Keith Moreland. Vista Ridge hosting Hutto. Hutto tied for the district lead with Vandergrift. Vista Ridge right behind, a logjam at 4-2 with 2 weeks to go. Should be a good one tonight.
Oh, it absolutely should be good. I love this time of the year because everybody's in playoff mode. You're looking for that chance to go to Arlington and find a way to win a state championship, and we're going to have a good one tonight, and there's going to be a lot of points put on the board, at least when you look at it. Watching tape today, I looked at these two offenses. They're explosive, can score from anywhere.
Yeah, Vista Ridge comes in at 6-2, 4-2 in district play under head coach Chad Scott. And the Hutto Hippos under first-year coach Eli Reinhardt, 6-2, 5-1 in district play. And a win tonight will guarantee that they are going to the postseason. They got a tough stretch, though. They've got Vista Ridge, and then they close it out with a very good McNeil team. So there are a lot of different combinations, and it boils down to 5 teams playing for 4 spots in 25-6A.
Yeah, and the two teams that you always think about, you look at Vandergrift and Round Rock, you just sort of put them in all the time. Well, it's not
so fast.
Not so fast this year. So there's a lot of different ideas. Obviously, the Dragons have their chance to get in, but they've got to win a couple of ball games at the end. I love this time of the year to figure out who's going to do it because each one of these teams have a real path by going out and winning it on the field.
That's your coin toss brought to you by Favor. Favor brings the store to your door in minutes with HEB. Hutto wins the toss. They defer, and Vista Ridge will get it. And you see one of the big storylines for Vista Ridge, number 7 right there. Back in week 2 when we showed you Vista Ridge and Bowie, Caden Arnaud was their outstanding quarterback. He went down the next week in their district opener against Round Rock. He was off to a great start. Cameron Lasik, a senior, has come in, and they've not missed a beat. He's thrown for over 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns, and just 2 interceptions. What a luxury to bring your backup quarterback into the season and have those kind of results.
Yeah, and he's a big, strong guy. He's a different type of player, but he's athletic. He can get some things done, and just watching him, he's got a good arm. He can put it into spots and make things happen. So where you thought you might see a big fall off, we haven't seen that type of fall off.
And again, this Hutto team, not only a really good team, but they are loaded with Division I talent and primarily juniors, and we'll get into more of that, but they've got some of the top recruits in Central Texas. Vista Ridge coming off a 44-10 win over Mater. This after beating Cedar Ridge following a very tough 45-42 loss to McNeil. Hutto coming off a 10-point loss to Vandergrift, their first blemish in district play. Their big one so far is that 33-31 win against Round Rock, and that's when everybody started to take notice of this program.
Absolutely. Interesting. Got 2 kickers here on the kickoff. Don't know if one's going to approach it and hit it.
So we'll see right now how they approach this. They go with the pop-up kick, and that is a fair catch. But again, great field position for Vista Ridge on the pop-up kick.
Yeah, it just didn't get a lot of height to it. It's going to come out almost to the 35-yard line. There's going to be very little breeze tonight. And, Roger, we have football weather.
Man, it's beautiful. Here's your starting lineups brought to you by Favor. Favor brings the store to your door in minutes. So you see Lasik. Sizatowski is a very reliable running back. Deshaun Castillo, a game breaker, and they'll try to find him in a lot of different ways. Offensive line, the anchor is their left tackle, Bennett Evans. We'll get to that Hutto defense as we get ready to go here at Gupton Stadium. And Lasik, the quarterback. And Sizatowski has it, bouncing off tacklers, takes it out beyond the 40. Let's take a look at that Hutto defense, and they are anchored by their outstanding junior safety, Jaden Fields, who also happens to be one of the best receivers. And Braden Daniel, Keith, he's one of those guys. He's a tackling machine at 104 tackles on the season.
I thought that was a misprint when I looked at that statistic.
Sizatowski came into the ball game with 666 yards on the ground. A gain of 3 on first down. You can see that bunch set down at the bottom of your TV, and they go the opposite way to Sizatowski, but Hippos are there to greet him, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and long. Great penetration right there from that Hutto defense.
didn't get a seal on the outside. They overload with the trip formation to the bottom of the screen, as you saw, and then tried to go back to the short side of the field. Nice job of sealing the corner. Now, 4 wide receivers out to the wide side of the field.
Briggs Bueno with the tackle right there, and already a 3rd and long for the Rangers. Now they put Sizatowski in motion going to the opposite side. Lasik pressured, spins, tries to get away, but he's not going to make it. In fact, the ball on the ground, they're going to say he was down, but no, Hutto gets the stop, and immediately that pocket collapsed, and not enough room for Lasik to make a move.
Yeah, he tried it. He was trying to get a quick out to the outside, and it was taken away from him, had to put it down. Boy, he came down hard with a player on top of him, on top of the football. He's not coming off a little ginger. That hurt right there. Maybe it knocked a little bit of the breath out of him.
So, punt situation for Vista Ridge. And that is Ben Reed, one of their top receivers. Fair catch made. That's Jaden Fields. He's a two-way guy, an outstanding player both on defense and on offense. All right, let's take a look at this Hutto Hippo offense. Starting lineup, this side of the ball, brought to you by Favor. Favor brings the store to your door in minutes. And Caden Stefik is their quarterback, 2,200 plus yards. Keelan Chavies is the running back, and then they have a bevy of talented receivers led by number 1, Jaden Fields. Stefik, empty set, pressure coming, and he's going to go down. And that's one of those very productive linebackers for Vista Ridge. And Thatcher Powell, the Ranger, comes up with the stop. There you see the defense on that side of the ball, and those linebackers led by Amari Jordan. Zero is headed to Rice. Very good group for Vista Ridge.
Just an outstanding job of getting there and to come right back to the line of scrimmage here.
Quick hitter to Fields over the middle, and that's going to be good enough for a first down after the catch and run. Jaden Fields, the junior, and he comes into the ball game with his 63rd catch of the season.
Yeah, just get a quick inside seam, got away from the linebacker over the top of him in front of the safety, and pitch and catch for the first down.
So Vista Ridge gets a sack on first down, then a big gain on second, and Hutto in business. Stefik again, play action, dumps it down to Chavies, and he tight ropes the sideline, and it's a pretty good gain. Looked like he might be held to no gain, but picks up 5 yards.
Yeah, he gets 5 and almost kept his balance and stayed in bound, but a nice job looking vertical. That's a nice job of checking it down and getting something out of nothing.
Porowski couldn't get him to the sideline or get him down, and now to give to Chavies, and he is stuffed maybe a half yard, and that's up third down.
But the RPOs and the little handoff game, right now Vista, and rightly so early in the ball game, giving a lot of cushion early in this game, and haven't seen a lot of tight coverage at this point. See what happens here on 3rd and 5. Showing zone again.
See their big left tackle, Jaden Mack, just a junior, 320 pounds. He's a big-time recruit as well. Pressure coming, and Stefik's going to go down. Second sack of the possession, and that one should force a Hutto punt, but DeMonte Davis coming up with the sack.
Just that little, they had a trick play up front. They did a little spin move where the defensive end crashes down, the tackle spins around the outside. They're going for it here on 4th down.
Well, Eli Reinhardt told us that the head coach does not like to kick the ball, either extra points or punts. Of course, Reinhardt, the offensive mind and the head coach of this program, and we'll see how they play this now. A long look to the sidelines. Play clock down to 5. I don't think they're going to snap the ball here, and Reinhardt will take a timeout. There you see the first-year head coach. We'll step aside. Short message from Thomas J. Henry.
30 years, Thomas J. Henry has been in the fight for those who have been injured in Texas. With over $1 billion delivered to our clients in the last 4 years and more than 13,000 five-star reviews, our dedication to life-changing results is clear. But don't just take our word for it. Hear from those who've experienced the difference. Thomas J. Henry. The name you know, the firm you trust.
Now we'll see what Hutto decides to do. Levon Whitaker down patrolling the sidelines, hanging in the short sleeves on a beautiful night for a light jacket, Levon.
Yeah, I'm going to do my best to hold off on the jacket until the second half because this weather feels amazing. You know, I say it all the time, a Midwest guy hasn't felt this good since I got here. So I'm gonna you know, embrace the elements down here for a little bit. But it feels good. No winds. I'm sure we'll see the ball flying in the air at some point once these two teams get through their first drives.
All right, let's see if Hutto does, in fact, go ahead and go for it. And they do, and Vista Ridge going to get the stop. They threw that quick hitter to Dylan Owens, but Vista was waiting, and it was Caven Jupe, the first one, number 8, the senior corner, to get to Owens.
Well, that's a nice job of reading it, but watch, he reads it, gets through the block early, and forces Owens to come back to the inside, and then that allows the pursuit to get there. I am really surprised. Now that owned into the field, nearly halfway through the first quarter, and you go for it. Short field now for the Rangers.
Well, you give up, obviously, that great field position. Second drive, Vista didn't do much on the first, and got to have a lot of confidence in your defense to give the ball back at your 42-yard line. So second possession for Vista. Lasik with that bubble. Pagel breaks one tackle and fights his way up to about the 39-yard line. That's Kieran Pagel, the junior, comes in with 22 catches, 4 of those receptions for touchdown.
Now these two teams together average, Roger, 796 yards of total offense in the game. They put points on the board, and both have been really good at scoring early in ball games. We're nearly halfway through the first quarter, no score on the board.
Yeah, we've seen several negative plays by the defense. Protection good over the middle, got a man, Castillo down the seam, touchdown, Vista Ridge. Deshaun Castillo, a dart from Cameron Lasik.
But just a really nice route. He had run a cross his last time. He comes this time and just runs a seam, throws his hand open. You can see, he said, there's nobody with me. Get me the football. Secures it, takes it home.
Castillo, 20th catch, 4th for a touchdown, and the Rangers strike first. Extra point, Niglione is good. 7-0, just about midway through the first quarter.
At Thomas J. Henry, our clients are at the heart of what we do. For over 30 years, we fought for thousands of Texans after life-changing accidents. From car and truck crashes to workplace injuries, we've stood by our clients, delivering results that change lives. And they've shared their stories. With over 14,000 five-star Google reviews, our clients have spoken loud and clear. We fight for them, and we fight to win. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust.
I think we're out of tortillas.
We can manage, right?
I'm here without you, baby, but you're still on my lonely mind. I think about you, baby, and I dream about you all the time.
Oh, that's Favor with our HEB Now order.
But it's got to be HEB and it's got to be now. Favor brings you HEB Now.
Bologna taco.
Get 15 items in as little as 45 minutes. Favor, how Texas orders in.
KXAN Game Day Weather Forecast brought to you by A-Plus FCU. Join Austin's best credit union and live your A-Plus life. About 62 degrees here. Keith, we've been waiting now week 9 to get one of these crisp evenings.
Let's say March. We've been waiting since March to have one of these perfect nights.
Oh, there you go. Onside kick, and it goes 10. It looks like Vista Ridge recovered. Another little gadget on the kick. The kicker went back like he was lining up to kick it, and then somebody else kicks it, and the Rangers recover.
But this is just so well executed. You can see, watch him backing up. He's moving away from the ball, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Really nice job of allowing it, too. There was everybody there, allowed it, make sure it went 10 yards, and then got down on it. There was a couple of guys coming down, but I'm not sure who came up with the football. 36.
Carson Miller's the one that kicked it, and we'll need some help on 36. He's not listed by the Rangers. So, a third possession for Vista, and the second in Hutto territory to start it out. There's a little sweep to Castillo, and not much there, and that'll bring up a second down. You saw Bueno again on the tackle, Briggs Bueno.
I tell you, I love the surprise attack. That's one of the things I don't like about the NFL. There's no surprise attack anymore in their kickoff systems. Now can you take advantage of it?
2nd and 9. Sizatowski pushes the pile to about the 44-yard line.
This offense very multiple. A lot of shifts, a lot of moving. Get a trap back to the outside, and that's zone blocking up front. It's just a zone outside and let your tailback find a receiver. Huge play here to make sure you can take this onside kick and get something out of it.
Yeah, 3rd down and 6 for the Rangers. They hit the big one to Castillo on the last drive. They fake it, then they go to Sizatowski on the edge. Pretty well bracketed. That's going to be short of the first down. You saw Daniel, the tackling machine, in on the play, number 14.
What do you do here? Same deal. Do you go for it on 4th down to make sure that you can use something on this drive? It looks like they are at this moment. Play clock down to 20 seconds. They are lining up to go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, it was actually Hunter Frenette on the tackle. And so 4th down and 5. Play action, and he is going to be buried. That was Braden Daniel. His 15th tackle for a loss, and it's a big sack.
Now they tried to go a little play action, and 7 guys in the box. They were all coming right here. I mean, all 7 of them. They had 4 in the secondary and man coverage. Just not enough time to get rid of it. Great starting field position now for Hutto, and so the onside kick turns into 0 points.
Daniel, the 6', 200-pound senior, again came in with 104 tackles, 14 tackles for a loss. And now we'll see if Hutto can get that high-powered offense unlocked. Chavy's not much there.
Well, they'd love to get the running game going to allow them to get to their big receiver with a little play action. So far, this Ranger defense has been up to the task.
Yeah, it was Cochran got the first hit, just a little house cleaning. It was Emmett Wilt for Vista Ridge who recovered that onside kick. No gain there, 2nd down.
Vista stays in the Tampa 2 deep safeties here. Zone coverage.
Stefik going to the sideline, but that one too high.
Lots of contact.
There was, but it was way over the head of Fields. Mentioned the head coach, Eli Reinhardt, hired at age 31 from North Crowley, where he was the offensive coordinator, the architect of a state championship that included a win over Westlake in the state title game. He actually moved from Michigan to Central Texas, began his coaching career in Texas at Anderson High School.
That's a giant play here.
There you see Reinhardt. Asked him if being on the younger side helps, and he certainly thinks it. Guys can certainly relate to him, speaks their language. Here's 3rd down, complete to Owens, but not.
Got holding in the backfield here.
Yeah, he was knocked out short. All right, based on the history of this offense, do you take the yards or you make it 4th down and about 7?
I think you take it and make it 4th down, but he immediately said he wanted the penalty.
Jeremy Tate's our referee.
He wants to back him up. So it'll be 3rd and 20.
It would have been 4th and about 7 after the completion.
Interesting call right there, Roger. A lot of times you're thinking 4th and 7 is going to lead to a punt, but that's when you go for it a lot on offense. It makes your opposing coaches think, well, I'm going to back them up some more.
That's right. It becomes a little bit more of a mental game, too, trying to outthink them. And so now, 4th down or 3rd down and 20. Stefik going deep down the sideline, and that's just going to sail out of bounds. It was caught, but it just took the receiver, Dylan Owens, out of bounds.
Yeah, there's no breeze. He just put a little bit too much on it. This is going to lead to a punt here. 4th and 20, you're not going to see a team go for it very often. This Vista defense, all they've done is turned them over on downs and stopped them again, a 3 and out.
Matthias Aguilar is the punter. And back deep is Will Johnson for Vista. And this one, end over end, gets a big friendly hop to Johnson at about the 28. Johnson trying to get the edge, but he cannot. That's a nice open field tackle, and Hunter Fournette making the play. So Vista Ridge had to take over for a 4th time.
Yeah, it's sort of weird on my chart. 4 possessions to 2. So you don't see that very often.
And Rangers have the ball starting just inside the 35-yard line. Again, these are 2 offenses that score a bunch of points and defenses that have been given up some points as well. Hutto coming off the 44-34 loss to Vandegrift, gave up 29 to Stony Point 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, these 2 defensive fronts have really done a nice job so far.
Lasik wants to take a shot, not there. Now the pressure comes, loses the football, scramble, and Hutto says they have it, and they do. The strip sack gives it back to the Hippos, and the first turnover in the ball game is a big one, and that's Jaden Marin, 28, who pounced on it.
They just bounce to the outside. It tries to put it down, and he tries to move to the outside. The ball just gets stripped away. And it does. I did not see who fell on the football.
It was Fournette who fell on it. It was Michael Blaylark on the sack. And now here comes Hutto. They want a shot right off the bat, but good man coverage on Fields, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
On the 25-yard line for Hutto.
Well, we had an onside kick that serves like a turnover. Vista Ridge couldn't do anything with it. Now Hutto gets the strip sack, and they've got 2nd down at the Vista 25-yard line.
Really spreading them out here.
2nd down. Keeper for Stefik gets free, makes a nice little juke move, and picks up about 7.
That was a designed run. They spread the box. There's only 5 guys down in the box. There's more people to block than there is to tackle. And this allows your quarterback to get to the outside. And now this is 4-down territory here if they don't make it here on 3rd down.
3rd and 3 inside of 3 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Look over to the sideline to get the play call from the head coach. And now with 8 seconds to go, Stefik. Bubble screen to Fields, gets an alley. He's got the 1st down. A nice job of blocking. And it'll be 1st down. Still able to get a 1st down. It'll be just outside the 10-yard line.
Well, the first bubble screen was blown up. This one was blocked very well on the outside, and he just splits it, gets the 1st down. down just outside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, they put Shavies, the running back, in motion, and he went over there to form that little alley.
They go empty here.
Blitz coming. Stefik, a low snap, and Stefik's going to have to get rid of it. Did he get it to the line of scrimmage? And they're reaching in the pocket like they might call grounding.
They do. Great call, Roger. He just, the ball went out of bounds about the 13-yard line. It just did not get back to the line of scrimmage. He was trying to get outside the pocket right here, but you still got to get the ball back to the line of scrimmage, and that ball just out of bounds short. That's going to back him up. I believe that also carries a loss of down.
Porowski there, the pressure. Levon Whitaker, we're seeing both of these defenses get a lot of pressure on the quarterbacks.
Yeah, they're not messing around, making these guys make decisions in the backfield. The run game isn't there. They haven't put it in the air, you know, down the middle of the field too much besides the one to Castillo. So say, hey, you're going to hold on to the ball. We're going to bring the pressure.
Second down and 26 now after the penalty. And another long look over to the sideline, and now Stefik.
Total man coverage.
Play
Roger.
clock down to 1. Pressure coming over the middle, too tall for Fields.
Well, they sold out in man coverage and brought the middle linebacker, and that little pressure up the middle just got him off balance. You can see the linebacker coming right up the middle, and that pressure, he got to him and just didn't allow him to step in and to throw and deliver the football on time.
And Vista, Keith, they're bringing heat every time. Forcing Stefik to make quicker decisions.
They're going to have to hurry here. I think this is going to lead to a timeout.
They've already used 1 timeout. Play clock down to 5, and I don't think they down to 1, and they don't. They'll take their second timeout. So, boy, old saying, you think you know how a game's going to go, and then they all take on their own personality. This has been an unusual first quarter personality.
It is. It's a short week, and that's what's surprising. But we're seeing a little bit different look defensively from Vista that you've seen a little bit on tape, where they're applying more pressure. They have stayed back a lot, played a lot of zone in the back end. They played more man tonight than I've seen, and they brought their linebackers off a lot, and they've gotten there. That's been the difference.
Yeah, you look at their 6 district ball games, and the fewest points they've scored is 33 in district play. That was that 2-point win over Round Rock. Take a look at our Covert Ford Austin fan and cheerleader cam here at Gupton Stadium, right across the street from Vista Ridge High School. We can see the lights of Kelly Reeves to the south of us as well. As big sequence here for Hutto, trying to take advantage of the turnover. But they need a chunk here. Blitz coming. Stefik is hit, going to the sideline. A lot of contact, incomplete. Some battling going on between Dylan Owens and Carson Miller, the corner for Vista Ridge.
Well, Miller did a nice job. It was a wheel route on the outside, and he stayed at home in his zone coverage. He knew he had the outer third and came from the slot on the wheel route where you go out and then up, and he stayed at home and going to go for it here on 4th down. Too far to attempt a field goal. So basically you got to get this in the end zone. I would have my guys back at the 10-yard line.
It's kind of a Hail Mary.
Yes.
Because
it's exactly what it is.
4th and 26. They go up top to the corner, and again, it's just sails out of bounds. And we can see the arm of Stefik, but a couple of balls to both sidelines have just forced the receiver to drift out of bounds. So Vista Ridge does not give up points after giving up the short field on the turnover.
You can see laid it up to the outside. There was contact, but even if he catches the ball, he's out of the field to play. How about 3 possessions for the Hippos? Over on downs, 3 and out, and a punt, and over on downs.
So here come the Rangers. Sizatowski got a hole. Sizatowski stays on his feet, and he's going to have enough for a first down, I believe. Quinn Sizatowski, the
Punishing
junior.
run. I'm glad you're saying his name. I'm going to call him Quinn.
Yeah.
But watch Quinn finish right here. He has two guys, and he finishes, gets an extra 4 yards after contact.
So move the sticks, first down. Lasik to Pagel, complete, and Pagel has good first down yardage for Vista Ridge.
Well, they clear 2 out receivers. One is on a deep cross, one's just on a fly pattern, and then they bring him out into the flat. He's wide open. He just really couldn't get his shoulders square right here. Now, he can get back quick enough, and a good open field tackle right there. That play was designed to get 8 or 10, and it turned it into only a 4-yard gain with a good tackle. Should be the last play of the first quarter.
Well, movement is going to erase that gain and then cost them another yard. So it's going to be second down and 11. Time winding down here in this first quarter.
They get Castillo back into the game. He's their big play guy.
Now they can take it to the quarter now because they
started the clock.
Yeah, they rolled the clock. Let's see if Vista Ridge runs another play here on 2nd and 11. They will, and it was nearly motioned on the slot. Castillo, ball caught and complete, and that'll be the final play. It'll be a third down and about 6 when we come back. You're watching high school football on KBVO, brought to you by Thomas J. Henry.
Shift into a more affordable auto loan by refinancing with A-Plus FCU, Austin's best credit union. With our A-Plus Beat Your Rate offer, save 1% APR or more off your current auto loan rate and get on the road to living your A-Plus life. With lower monthly payments, less interest, and a faster loan payoff. Apply today at aplusfcu.org/beatyourrate.
Let nothing stand between you and the tree stand with the fast, durable Kubota Sidekick. Be ready year-round with the Kubota Sidekick. Visit your local Kubota dealer today.
From the Texas coast to the Texas Hill Country, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
The 10 Commandments.
I want these posters up. It's the law of Texas.
Trapping schools between state pressure and court challenges.
I don't believe that's our calling as Christians.
Which districts jump to comply and which are waiting? KXAN investigates tonight at 10.
Get ready for the start of the second quarter, this 25-6A matchup. Let's take a look at the standings in this district, and you can see what we're talking about with 5 teams for 4 spots. Obviously, Vandergrift, they've still got Round Rock. Round Rock is in action against Stony Point. McNeil's sitting down there, and McNeil closes the season with Hutto. So a lot of jockeying over the last two ball games.
No questions about it. And well, there's some good teams right there that somebody's going to get left out, not make the postseason.
All right, here we go. 3rd and 5 now to start the second quarter for Vista Ridge. And Lasik got his man. Pagel sneaks through a wall of defenders and takes it down to the 34-yard line. What a move by Kieran Pagel.
How about this pass, though? Pagel is covered. There are people there's 4 guys around him. Found a way to get it in there, and then Pagel just gets through those 4 guys and gets it down inside the 35-yard line. There is a player down for the Hippos.
Yeah, you talk about a tight window, and that's exactly what Lasik was able to manage right there. It is Carlos Sorto, the senior cornerback, one of their top tacklers, came into the ball game with 62 tackles, and good to see he's able to jog off. But And that was a gutsy throw. So first down for Vista Ridge, leading 7-0. Lasik got Castillo. Castillo with one move and then spins his way close and probably has another first down.
I tell you what, he is so smooth. He's got great hands, a really nice route here. Glides to the outside. If he runs that route quickly, and sometimes guys want to break and break hard, you run right into the defense. He saw that he was in a bare spot in the zone, and he just stopped, complete catch, and then makes a nice run after the catch.
So now Vista Ridge inside the Hutto 25-yard line. Lasik maybe changing the play. 5 on the play clock. Sizatowski has it and contact, and he gets some good yak yards all the way down to about the 20 or the 17-yard line. He looks for contact, Keith.
Yeah, he does. Watch him right here. He just say, all right, let's go. I know it's going, and then he keeps those legs churning, falls forward for that couple extra yards. Make it a very manageable second down.
Hunter Fournette, the tackle. Screen passes, Zatowski out of the backfield, gets a block, and he's got a first down to about the 11.
When you throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage, people ask me, why are they blocking out in front? The ball hadn't been passed. Well, it's behind the line of scrimmage on the pass. You can be blocking downfield. That was a really nice job of getting that block and clearing him, making it almost a first and goal at the 11.
Vista trying to take a 2-score lead here. How about this alignment?
Wow.
Now it looks a little more traditional, just a little window dressing. We'll go tight formation. Sizatowski cuts it down and gets to about the 9-yard line. And we saw Sorto, who went out, was right back in on that tackle.
They've done a nice job here, starting to establish a little running game. Boy, anytime you can be multiple, two-dimensional on offense, it makes it tough on the defense. One in the game. Anytime he comes in the game, I expect him the ball to be around him.
Lasik, little drag over the middle. Pagel's got it. Can he get to the edge? He cannot. Pushed out of bounds. And, well, no, he never went out of bounds. I thought he went out of bounds, but somehow he stayed in and actually got it down to about the 7-yard line.
Well, they run this low drag. It's wide open, but nice job defensively. And right here, I thought he was out right there, but are there. Ended up coming back and getting it down inside the 7-yard line.
Twice he somehow tight-roped and stayed.
10th play of the drive here, Roger.
Stayed off the white. Now 3rd down and 6. They go empty. And they go to the corner and broken up by Sorto. And a late flag comes in, and that's going to be a first down for Vista Ridge.
I tell you what, I thought that was awful good defense right there. It was a zip route, and what that means is you come to the inside and you zip it back to the sidelines quickly, where you turn in, now watch him zip back out. I thought that's pretty good coverage right there, Roger. And they're going to call pass interference.
Yeah, they're going to get it for that right arm was kind of draped around Ben Reed's back. And so wait for the call, and they'll spot it at the 2, and that's 1st and goal for Vista Ridge. So what looked like it might be 4th and 6. High snap. Lasik gets it rolling, finds Sizatowski, and he can't hang on. That's an incomplete pass, but
that's the best thing that could happen.
All said and done, that worked out okay for Vista.
It just got disrupted with the high snap. come to the outside. The offensive linemen are downfield, so you can throw it to the guy in the backfield. You can't go throw it downfield, but he gets tackled, and they lose a bunch of yards. Instead, goes back to the 2-yard line and get to play the down over on 2nd down.
Yeah, he catches that, and Fields was going to put a hit on him. So 2nd down and goal from the 2. Sometimes you get those friendly hops from an oblong ball. Pressure coming over the middle, incomplete. Might have been
almost
tipped.
That was almost picked as well.
Daniel dropped back into coverage, and now you got 3rd down and goal.
Watch Daniel, 14, right here in your picture. He's right there. I don't think he saw the football, because he sees the football, he reaches up, he puts his hands on it.
Well, 2 plays and 2 passes. Now, the first one was kind of messed up with the snap, but see if they go back to the ground with Sisitowski here, or maybe something for Lasik. Lasik faked it. Now the pressure coming. Ball tipped. And it's going to be 4th down.
That's great defense. I mean, they took away. They were trying to get the quick out. It wasn't there. You can see him read to the right. Then he thinks out to the sidelines. That's probably, he should have probably went out to the side, and then they goes back to the end line. That ball tipped away. I would think they'll probably attempt a field goal here.
Yeah, they want that 2-score lead. Briggs Bueno again with the deflection. So Niglione is going to come out and attempt basically the what amounts to an extra point here to try to get it to a 2-score ball game. And the kick is good. So Vista Ridge back on the board, and they lead it 10-0.
When a company vehicle hits you, the fight isn't just against the driver, it's against the corporation and their insurance team. Their goal is to protect themselves. Ours is to protect you. At Thomas J. Henry, we've handled some of Texas's toughest company vehicle cases. With over $1 billion recovered for our clients in the last 4 years, we have the results and the experience to back us up. When big companies cause big problems, we get big results. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust.
At Howdy Honda, it's all about great volume, and volume. A great volume of inventory with nearly 700 new Honda models to choose from, like Civic, CR-V, Pilot, Accord, and more. In stock and ready for immediate delivery. A great volume of savings with big discounts, incredible lease specials, and even low APR financing options. All of this matched with a great volume of customer service. It's easy to see why we're the #1 volume Honda dealer in Central Texas. Get to Howdy Honda today, where it's all about volume.
Well, Vista Ridge up 10-0, and they go 71 yards on 12 plays, 430. Hutto keeps them out of the end zone. They had 1st and goal at the 2.
Yeah, it's a really nice job defensively. This Hutto defense has stood up, other than they had 1 break in the secondary for that long touchdown pass. Now, 4th possession of the game, 9:03 to go. This is when you're offensively, you got to get a good drive here, a good steady drive, and come away with points if you're the Hippos.
I don't think they're going to do anything tricky here. They will pop it up, but deeper pop-up kick, and it's taken at the 16-yard line and to the edge, and room to go. And this one all the way back into Vista Ridge territory and down to the 34-yard line. Big return for Keelan Chavies, the running back, but there are flags on the field. There's one right in front of the Vista Ridge bench at about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not sure this not be the same one. There is a face mask on the kicker. Your job as the kicker, get him on the ground any way you can. He grabbed the face mask. So I know it's a face mask on the kicking team. Was there a block in the back someplace else to go with it? But just an outstanding return to the outside right here. And you just watch at the end of this. The kicker's the last guy at the line of defense. Get him any way you can. He grabs that face mask.
Oh, yeah.
And
fortunately, let go at the end. That could be scary. I don't think that's what the flag on this side is, so we'll wait and see if this is going to offset. No, both are against Vista Ridge. The offsides decline, and now Hutto will start in the red zone. My goodness. Keelan Chavies with the big return, add on 15, and it's First and 10 from the 19.
Special teams are just so important in the game, can change the outcome of game. We've seen that at all levels this season, and this is a huge return to give them a short field.
Shavy's the key. Shows his moves and shows his speed. Well, that whole drive on the legs of Keelan Shavy's, the senior running back, into the end zone. One play and a kick away from a three-point ball.
Just a really nice job bouncing to the outside. Tight end gets a great block, and he makes one move on the safety and into the end zone. Boy, it didn't take long to get right back in this ball game.
Tyus Aguilar on for the extra point for the Hippos. And the kick is good, so 8:46 to go. And boy, all that grinding that Vista Ridge did to get a field goal. Couldn't get into the end zone on a 1st and goal from the 2. Kickoff return, penalty, 19-yard run. And
how big a weapon is the kickoff? It's just so important.
Yeah, for so many reasons.
You know, because if you get a kickoff and get them back to the 30-yard line, now you're looking at a team that's turned it over on downs twice and 3 and out. Instead, they get a short field, excites everybody, one play, touchdown. Only takes 19 seconds, but a lot of that's the kickoff return because the play that happened cost about 4 seconds to get into the end zone.
Levon Whitaker, that special teams can erase a lot of issues, and it seemed like that's what Hutto needed to get unlocked here.
Well, it was just a matter of time. We talked about the defense earlier in the first quarter, and now you see special teams becoming an important phase of this game. We actually saw it at the beginning with their little kickoff, and then the onside kick from Vista Ridge. So a very important phase here in this game, and it's showing itself early in the first half.
Well, back in it, Hippos. Not that 10-0 is out of it, but here you go. A little different look here, and that sky kick to the sideline. That's a live ball, and that's a fumble and picked up, my goodness, by Pagel. That thing backed up 10 yards after it hit and somehow stayed in bounds.
Well, watch this. It hits. It gets kicked.
It got kicked.
But it's still in the field of play. And what a great job to understand that. I got to get on it. Just the awareness to get back on that football. It's going to back them up to the 25, but more importantly, they kept control of the football.
I think it might have been Reed, 11 for Vista Ridge. Either that or Pagel.
There could be an offsides on the kickoff here. We may go back and redo this again with an offsides.
Well,
did not see the penalty, but that's exactly what's going to happen.
Huge break for Vista Ridge, or they're going to start deep in their own territory.
I see the flag back inside the 40-yard line right there.
Well, so back-to-back offsides on kickoff. Problem for Vista was it was also a face mask on the kickoff. You see the head coach at Vista Ridge, Chad Scott, in his 5th year. Last year going to the playoffs, lost in the first round to Westlake, won 7 games in 23, 7-4. Trying to get to the playoffs for the 3rd consecutive year.
He's really done an outstanding job in a very, very competitive district.
So we'll do it again. Eric Lozano is 17, but again, who is going to kick it?
Yeah, there's a couple of guys there. We've seen both of them have a shot at it.
It's Aguilar again, and that time caught by Pagel at the 34-yard line. And well, that's the thing about that pop-up kick. You got to get some distance on it, or just puts your defense in a bind.
And you better have some height on it, because if it gets there too quickly, they can put it down and take off. Gonna put him down at the 34 and mark it right there.
All right, so Vista Ridge back on offense. Remember, they got the big pass interference penalty in the end zone to get that first down before they ended up having to settle for a field goal.
See the adjustments that you make defensively. See we see anything any different. Showing zone to start here in the back end.
Jonas Spikes is the running back in the pistol. And they give it to Spikes, gets a block, turns it up, and close to 8 yards on the play. He got behind his right tackle, Ethan Shank. And
yeah, just an outstanding job. He just smashes it from the outside. You picked it up just like I did. He took his guy and just smashed him to the inside. Nice, good gaping hole to the outside. Gets 8 yards on first down.
Spikes came in with 234 on the ground on just 39 carries, so a high average, and he picked up 8 right there. They'll keep him at tailback. They feed him again, cuts it. Not as much there, but they're going to push that pile, and Spikes lifted off his feet. My goodness.
He got enough. I think they'll mark him for the first down.
If the running back is off the ground, I think that's when you need to blow that whistle.
Yeah, right here. He's on gun. Now he's up in the air. He's a floating.
Oh, my goodness.
He's floating. He can't keep his legs turning there.
I like to think once a game we see something we haven't seen.
Yeah.
That's something we haven't seen this year. A floating running back for a first down. Lasik to the sideline, and Reed with the catch. Came in with 23 for 416.
That's just a nice job of taking what they give you. They're playing off coverage on the outside, soft coverage, just pitch and catch, get it forward. Like I said, make 5 yards on first down. Chev is back into the game. Every time he comes into the game, they have a plan for him.
Sizatowski in the backfield. Play action. Lasik throws a dart to Castillo, and he's making the catch at about the 40-yard line. Now there's that arm we saw from Lasik.
When he steps in, he can deliver it. This is a frozen rope right there. He just delivers it 4 defenders around Castillo. Makes the catch, moves the chains.
You saw that at the last moment, that footwork almost forced him to throw a little bit off balance and still put some zip on it. Lasik, pocket collapse, unloads it, caught, first down and more. What a heads-up play. Running towards the line of scrimmage, and he finds Gavin Brooks.
Well, Brooks does a nice job from the H-back position. You can see the ball's right at the 40-yard line. Boy, he is very close, about the 42 when he delivers it. Brooks gets it upfield and down into the red zone here.
Well, the other part of the equation, Keith, this defense defended 12 plays, a kickoff and 1 play, and they were back out on the field. Good drive for Vista Ridge, trying to answer the Hutto touchdown. Play action and broken tackle by Keene. Down inside the 10, on his feet to the end zone. They'll call him down at the 1. What an individual play right there.
Well, the big tight end or H-back slides out into the flat right here. He looks like, well, he's down a few yard gain, breaks a tackle here, and then watch this big body spin in the 5. Pushes forward, just down. He reaches with his right hand, and the ball's in his left hand.
He did that ball in his right hand. What a great individual effort right there. And now Vista Ridge, first and goal from the 1. Sizatowski has it, lowers his head to the goal line. Touchdown, Vista Ridge. What an answer by this Ranger offense.
He comes up, a little gimpy coming to the sideline. Does Quinn, but does power and muscle his way into the end zone. Putting some pressure on it right there, but nice bounce to the outside, lowers his shoulder and finishes what is a 7-play drive.
Extra point is good, and with 5:40 to go, Vista Ridge up 17-7. Levon Whitaker down on the sidelines. Quite an answer from this Vista offense, Levon.
Yeah, I mean, they're moving with confidence. The quarterback stepping into the pocket, finding guys down the field. I mean, I think he missed a long shot before that on that drive, but they managed to just, take what the defense is giving them. You're going to sit in the zone. You're going to find open pockets and move the ball down the field efficiently.
Yeah, I got a boost from Jonas Spikes coming in, carrying the ball a couple of times, but Big time answer now. Vista's probably thinking, all right, we need to make Hutto drive the ball because we've stopped them when they've had to do that.
Yeah, you got to figure out this kickoff. That's the first thing. Do you do a nice pop-up? What you do? You would much rather, even if they fair catch it at the 32-yard line, you could go in. Now we can play defense.
Yeah, because Chavy's was a problem last time.
Yes, it was. 7-play drive, Roger. They went 66 yards, and they did it in 3:06. So 2 consecutive drives where they've held the ball for nearly 8 minutes.
Chavy's and Owens back deep. We'll see what Nick Leone does. We saw the onside kick. We've seen pop-up kick. They tried to kick it deep. This one booted deep, and that one's going to sail to the 4. Now, Chavy's has to play it. He thought it was going to go in the end zone and then realized that's a live football, and boy, Vista Ridge covers it well, and a little bit of a...
How about that back? It looks like that 9-iron you can hit. It just hits there. It just backs up, and hey, because of that, he thought it was going to roll forward. If it crosses the end line, it's a touchback. Instead, it comes back to the field to play.
Yeah, and he looked up like he was much closer to the end zone. That ball didn't really get close to going in the end zone. So now, a long field for this Hutto offense. Stefik, nothing there on first down, and boy, now you bring up a 2nd down and long. Chavy's with the no gain right at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, they've taken away a lot of the running game here. Chavy's did have a big run. He broke one into the secondary, but the other parts, they've really kept him in control. Going to have to put it in the air here.
Blitz coming, and he's buried. That is Wyatt Porowski, the senior middle linebacker.
Boy, he makes a nice move here, folks. He comes from the outside, unblocked, and I mean a perfect form tackle. Hits him in the chest, not in the head area. Drives him into the turf. Now 3rd and long.
Well, you got to give Stefik credit for just hanging on to the football.
No doubt.
So now it is 3rd and 15, and they'll snap it inside the 5-yard line. See how Vista, do they bring more heat here knowing that something's got to develop?
I think they're going to have to take a timeout here.
Yep. That's their last one. And we'll keep it here, but talking about a Vista Ridge defense in district play that has been pretty good after the win over Round Rock, where they won by 1, gave up 29. Even the Vandegrift score, only gave up 21 points in that game, a 21-10 ball game.
They have been good, and boy, I tell you what, they've done a really nice job on their blitz packages tonight, because they have had Hutto on their heels, and they've done it with their linebackers. Have done a nice job. There's a little bit of delay blitz. They've played a shell defense behind it, where they haven't given up that big play. They've been blitzing with zone and not getting the football out. I tell you, this is a gigantic play. Now, you have enough room to punt right here, but boy, you don't want to give up a short field with 4 minutes to go in this first half.
Yeah, the one game that kind of got away from the Vista defense was the McNeil game, where they lost 45-42. But you're right, with 4 minutes to go, Vista has driven it twice, one leading to a field goal, one a touchdown. Hutto will get the ball to start the second half. Big 3rd down play right here. Quarterback keep on the zone read, and Stefik is only going to get out to about the 15-yard line, and they're going to certainly have to punt this ball away deep in their own territory. So Vista Ridge should get good field position.
Well, nice run to the outside. It looked like he had a shot right here to make a move. Sort of stumbles when he makes the move and hold on for dear life out at the 15. This deep in your own end, you can't go for it, so you're going to have to punt the football away.
Will Johnson is back at the Hutto 45. Aguilar will let this one fly from about the 5-yard line. This looks like they might want to come after it. They don't. Low kick. Knuckleball. Johnson makes the catch, and he's got an alley on the right side. Down to the 30, cuts it up, and knocked out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. Able to take advantage of a low line drive that got to him pretty quickly.
He did a nice job, too. They were coming after it, so it really wasn't a return set up, but it was a low line drive kick, and he was able to get to the outside. He's going to get the ball down. They're going to mark him out at the 24. Plenty of time on the clock and all 3 timeouts.
You almost wonder if Chad Scott, obviously, and I bring this up before, and you always say the same thing, first thing you want to do is score. But I'm sure he wouldn't mind burning a little time, too, and kind of negate that second half kickoff.
And I'll argue with the same thing you do. Let's take the points, and then we'll play some defense.
Back and forth we go. Okay, let's put it this way. If he gets a first down, he might slow play it a little bit.
You definitely. I think this will be I thought it would be a run on first down. Instead, they go straight to the air. Wide open in the end zone.
Lasik, that one just a little too deep and carries the intended receiver Reed out of the back of the end zone. We've seen a few of those balls on both sides. Levon, you said it's not that windy. It's not like that's being part of the problem, is it?
Definitely not part of the problem, but I guess you got to give these guys a little grace, on the accuracy. Look at the flags in the end zone right now. The flags aren't moving. Neither are they moving on the field goal post. So not much wind out here at all. A little chilly. Maybe his hands are cramping up or something. But you got to be a little bit better on the accuracy, especially this late in the quarter. You want to get all the points you can get going to the half.
Well, nothing, Keith, more frustrating for a quarterback is to not give his receiver a chance.
No, that's exactly when he was open too.
That's a design run and nothing doing there as Lasik was swallowed up out on the edge. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Now they try to pull 2 guard and tackles to the outside. The timing just disrupted. Might have had a chance to wait on that a little bit, be a little more patient, and allow those guys to maybe make a block and cut it upfield. Now you got 3rd and 11.
Briggs Bueno has been active.
Yes, he has.
Tonight for Hutto. I think Chad Scott's going to take a timeout here. So big moment, because if you don't get anything, it's about a 42-yard field goal.
And that's stretching it.
Yeah. And you do not want to come away from this field position without points.
I agree. I think you might see some type of run because of that, or some kind of a swing pass where you know you can complete it pretty easy and see if a guy can make as much yardage as he can. Boy, what's upsetting when you go back and look at the film, they had a wide open receiver in the end zone and overthrew it out of the back of the end zone. Get that ball out of his hands earlier, they're already on the board on the first play of this drive after the great return.
And again, the clock will stop with the 2-minute timeout, so even if they get some positive yardage, they can take it all the way down and take it to the 2-minute timeout. Hutto is out of timeouts, by the way. Anderson on top of Lockhart, 21-6 in the first, trying to get to 9-0 before their showdown with Weiss.
Oh, I can't wait for that one, too.
3rd down. Lasik, that drag to Castillo right over the middle, makes a move, and Castillo down to the 5-yard line. 1st down, Vista Ridge, and now they can let that clock go down to the 2-minute timeout if they choose.
Anytime that you catch a team in a blitz package, what you want to call a bubble screen. See those offensive linemen downfield? The little bubble screen works absolutely perfectly down the field because they caught him in a blitz. I don't know why you would call a play here. Take this all the way to the 2-minute timeout.
They are. So big conversion right there for Vista Ridge, and now they will have a chance to really get some separation here and again kind of negate the kickoff in the second half, because Hutto will get the ball even if they get it back now, depending on what Vista does. No timeouts.
There's no timeouts left in the half after this 2-minute timeout. Game is not the type of game that you anticipate, but you never know when you. That's why we all love it and watch it, because you never know what you're going to see. I thought we were going to see the scoreboard light up and we would be sitting here at 28-24 at halftime. we do have 24 points on the board, but I expected somewhere in the neighborhood of 80 to 100 total in the game.
And you think about Hutto's only drive was a 19-yard one-play drive. Check in with Levon.
I told when I told Noah Gross back at the station, hey man, this is the game we're going to for Thursday night. He told, man, you're going to see a lot of scoring in this game. And to Keith's point, maybe not what Keith or Noah expected in this matchup so far in the first half.
I think I may have said something this afternoon as well about points that might have infiltrated Noah's opinion.
Sounds like it. Sounds like it. He's probably back at the station a little disappointed.
Yes, and that's on me.
But a little easier to, edit the highlights. You got some good scores. There's some good defensive plays going on so far in this first half, and now you just got the mental side of the game.
Well, let's see if they can punch it in here. Sizatowski has it and picks up
sandwich
a couple.
there.
And yeah, he took a hit low.
Pops up though. He was a little banged up on his touchdown run earlier. Well, he goes to the outside, and somebody cuts him down underneath, and then pressure over the top and with the big guys. Gets a couple of yards here.
That was the corner Blaylark, so the clock down to 1:30 now. Vista's fine. They've got 2 timeouts remaining if they need it. Second down. Lasik, a dart over the middle, nearly intercepted, and that was Wardell White tried to jump the route in the end zone.
Now they had a little out and a little curl from the outside in the tandem, the H-back and the tight end. Tried to force it in there. Boy, that's good defense. Didn't make contact, got that left hand around, and tells you, no, don't come this direction.
Well, what a big play right here. Even if you give up a field goal, it keeps it at a 2-score game. So not sure if Vista, if they get any positive yardage, might go for it anyway on 4th down, but big one right here. 3rd and goal from the 8. Play action. Wants to throw it back on the wheel. Not there. Lasik dumps it down, incomplete. Wanted Sizatowski on the wheel, but Hutto covered it up, and a lot of congestion down there as well.
Yeah, it was a screen. They were going to the backside screen. All these offensive linemen are down there. You're going to throw it in the backfield because they can be downfield. And right there, he's trying to get the screen set up, but it was just late getting delivered. I think you got to kick the field goal and take what points you got right here.
Now Chad Scott's going to call the timeout. Now, with the incomplete pass, it didn't matter. The clock was stopped anyway, so he's going to go ahead and make sure they're buttoned up. But again, big stop right there. And again, we'll see what they do on 4th down, but Hutto trying to keep this a 2-score ball game, and knowing if they can get a drive on the opening possession, they're right back in it.
But if you go for it here, what you might be thinking, go for it. Well, if we don't make it, we don't get any points, but we got them starting at the 8-yard line.
Without a timeout.
Without any timeout.
Yeah, so it's almost like an extension of the second half kickoff.
Yeah, so.
And they can only stop at 1. So if they had all 3 timeouts, you might understand. All right, you go for it. If not, you can use your timeouts and maybe force them to punt it out of their end zone. But no, they're bringing.
Yeah, I think they're going to go ahead and just decided to take the points here.
Yeah, Niglione back out there. This will be a 25-yard field goal from the near hash.
Yeah, odd angle here. Hit one earlier from this angle as well.
Backup quarterback is the holder, Preston Froelich, and the kick is up, and easy money, Niglione. So they do get points, but kind of a win as well for that Hutto sideline, Keith. Again, it's a 13-point ball game, and well, I don't imagine Vista Ridge is going to give them a chance to return this kick after what Chavis did. But again, do you get cute with the pop-up? How do you handle that?
Yeah, the last time you decided to kick it deep after the big return, you had the misplay on it. The ball stayed, didn't go into the back of the end zone. I like pop-up kick here. And even if they get it at the 33, 35-yard line, obviously you got to defend the field, but no timeouts makes it much easier. I mean, the possessions are just sort of amazing. They've scored on the last 3 possessions. Have the Rangers. This one is only a 14-yard drive, but it took 7 plays. They took 2:11 off the clock. Got a 13-point ball game now.
Hutto lost a possession on that onside kick, and see how they play it here if you're Vista Ridge. Also seen offsides on a couple of kickoffs. Deep kick, and Shavies that time will let it go out of bounds. So
I don't think that hurts you.
No, 35's okay. But Hutto will have a chance here. See if they can pop one on first or second down, and that will, determine how aggressive Eli Reinhardt wants to be here. But you got timeouts on the sideline and, of course, on first downs. I don't think they're going to go quietly is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think you got to try something. Plus, they've got a big-time receiver in Fields that, he can make one guy miss, and he can get you a quick 6.
Obviously, what you can't afford if you're Hutto is to turn it over here. And now, Stefik got the play, goes to the line of scrimmage. They go with the bubble to Owens. Owens turns it up, nearly breaks a tackle, but a big tackle out in space.
As a Vista player down, this is going to stop the clock.
Yeah, that's a tough break.
Get to the outside, close right here, close to breaking that tackle, and a big man comes down on top of him.
I think it's Donald Wynn. So now 58 seconds to go. It was a gain of 8 on the play, but Wynn got twisted up.
And a big body down on top of him when he was in a defenseless position. And hope he just got the wind knocked out of him, because that can happen to you. Big man comes down on top of him. They're not looking at any kind of lower body injury.
Yeah, let's take a quick timeout here with 58 seconds to go. Player down for Vista Ridge.
Start it up. There's KXAN News. And then there's KXAN News Plus.
Built for the way you watch. In-depth investigations on demand. First warning weather when it matters most.
The stories you want when you want.
And did I mention KXAN Plus is totally free? No subscription required.
However you watch, KXAN Plus is ready when you are. Download it free today on your favorite streaming device.
It only takes a second for a routine drive to turn into a life-changing collision. Whether it's a car, motorcycle, or distracted driver behind the wheel, the impact can be devastating. At Thomas J. Henry, we know what that moment feels like, and we know how to fight for the justice and compensation you deserve. From the first call to the final verdict, our team is by your side every step of the way. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust.
If you're thinking about a compact tractor and you want the best, you can afford a Kubota. Check out the new Kubota L2502 package deal. A front loader, a rear mower, a box blade, and a trailer, all for one low price. U-Haul Kubota is your Kubota.
I'm Kimberly Coe. At Covert Lincoln, we believe modern American luxury should extend beyond the showroom, right to your driveway. Our white glove service means effortless maintenance with complimentary pickup and delivery. And our state-of-the-art mobile service van comes to you wherever you are. From routine maintenance to minor repairs, we bring expert Lincoln care right to your doorstep. Because at Covert Lincoln, service isn't just convenient, it's seamless. Schedule today and experience the luxury of time well saved. CovertLincoln.com.
Well, they brought the cart out for Donald Wynn, the defensive back who was injured. The good sign was, Keith, he did get up and walk onto the cart under his own power. So certainly some good news. A tough sight to see the player go down. And now Vista's got to refocus here. 2nd down and 2 for Hutto. High snap. Stefik. Pressure coming. turns it up. He's got good yardage and the first down and out of bounds.
Nice job right there. Very aware. Hey, they singled up Jones at the top of your screen, and he was looking that way. Good coverage. He was double covered on the outside, so he puts it down, and the awareness to make sure you get out of bounds. That's a really nice job. Stop that clock.
Yeah, just 7 seconds goes off the clock. Now all of a sudden they're nearly at midfield and 51 seconds. See if they can get something down the field. You can certainly use the middle of the field. See if this is showing blitz again. They go with the screen pass. Going to be a double pass, and that's Owens. Got a man, Fields. He caught it inside the 10, wrestled down at the 4. Dylan Owens to Jaden Fields, and just like that, Hutto has a 1st and goal.
I did a great job of to the outside on the pass, and the timeout going to be called here. Too many players on the field for Vista. I think Vista will have to take the timeout here. They knew they had too many players, so they call timeout where they can gather themselves, but a really well-designed play on the double pass. You go to the outside, make sure it's something that it's a lateral and then gets down the field, and a really nice throw. You can see the backwards pass right here, and then stops, lays it up perfectly.
Come on, look at that throw.
That was beautiful.
That's a good throw from anybody throwing the football, let alone a receiver. Levon, that was down right to you. That was about as good as it gets on a double pass.
Well, listen, I talked about the accuracy earlier. I'm wondering if it's going to come over to me. I started backing up. That was just a heck of a throw, great accuracy, and great patience more than anything. They saw Vista Ridge come over and bring an extra man to that side of the field. They kept with it, though, put the man in motion, and made him challenge him down the field. It was a great play.
Yeah, and Fields got that step, and he's big time. He's got 62 catches coming in. He's just was offered by A&M, and he's got Oklahoma offer, and a lot of them saying play whatever position you want. Now the song and dance is not quite the same when they get them on campus as when they're trying to get them on campus.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. But really nice job right there. Now you got to be aware of the time. If you're the Hippos, I would think it's a pass. I don't know if I would challenge a run right here.
1st and goal, trying to turn this into basically back-to-back possessions. High snap, the throw to the corner of the end zone, and that ball is jarred away. It was intended for Owens, who had thrown the pass, but that ball was wrestled away by Dylan Gonzalez.
Well, Gonzalez does a great job. This is a really nice throw into the corner. Gonzalez just stays with his man right here, open. It's right there, gets that left hand and just keeps knocking it away and does an outstanding job of staying in his position, doing the job right here.
Yeah, now you're to the point where if you run it and don't get a touchdown or out of bounds, you go into scramble mode.
Got to hurry here.
Stefik wants the quick hitter, and that ball nearly intercepted, intended for Fields. Well defended again by Gonzalez. How about those back-to-back plays? Fields turned into a DB there.
He did a nice job right there. He just cut in front. Was right there, almost picked it off, and Fields, like you said, he's a two-way player already. he was playing defense on offense that time.
Yeah, he got that left arm in there, just trying to make sure Gonzalez didn't get the pick. So here we go. 31 seconds. You could get 2 plays off, even with a running play here. Rolling to the corner and picked off by Gonzalez. Gonzalez down the sideline. He's going to get knocked out of bounds. Flags on the play, but Dylan Gonzalez, see if it stands, as good of a sequence from a defensive back as we've seen in a long time.
Well, this is just a great job reading it to the outside, undercuts the route on anything in the flat. You got to undercut it. He does his job right there. Not sure if this is not a block in the back after the interception. Officials huddling together here and see what goes on. I mean, the flags are back in not a way where the play happens, so we'll see what happens here.
Oh, false start. But it wasn't a dead ball foul, so the play happens. So the interception stands.
Yes, it does.
And what a turnaround right here. The big double pass inside the 5, but Dylan Gonzalez, I can't remember a DB making 3 plays like that in a sequence.
They're just outstanding. Just does an outstanding job, and I love how he played. A flat ball down in the end zone area, you want to get it under and make them go over the top of it. He just undercuts it right there. I think they will take a snap, take a knee, and take this to halftime.
Wow, what a turnaround when it looked like Hutto might be able to score right before the half, cut it to 6, and then get the ball to start the second half. Instead, a gut punch to the Hippos thanks to Dylan Gonzalez and the interception for the junior, his second of the season. So it's been a good one. Not as much scoring as we anticipated, but certainly exciting as Vista Ridge takes a 13-point lead to the half.
It is a different type of ball game. It's been a defensive ball game, and it take advantage of the opportunities. We've seen both teams have opportunities they didn't take advantage of, but Vista, with those 2 big drives, has separated this ball game. One, a 12-play drive, 71 yards for a touchdown. The other one, a 7-play drive for 66 yards and a touchdown.
Halftime here at Gupton Stadium. And Vista Ridge leads Hutto. Hutto tied for the district lead with Vandergrift. They're down 13. They'll get the ball to start the second half. It is halftime here on KBVO.
What is a rain bomb? Heavy rain can happen anytime, and it usually moves fast. But when a storm moves slowly, it can pound an area for hours on end. This is called a rain bomb, and it can cause serious flooding.
During heavy rain, if your tires are slick, it can cause you to hydroplane. So slow down and make sure your tires are in good shape and properly inflated for wet weather.
From all of us here at Toyota of Cedar Park, drive smart and stay safe.
Success isn't just measured by dollar amounts. It's defined by how those results change lives.
I remember feeling completely lost. But when I met Laura, I felt like someone finally saw me. She listened, she cared, and she fought for me.
Guiding you through the toughest times and fighting for the justice you deserve, no matter your background. Compassion, integrity, results. Ramos James Law, Injury Attorneys. Call today.
At The Joint, we help with more than a stiff back.
I've had chronic neck and back pain.
I couldn't lift my arms.
The pain held me back from my daily activities.
Since going to The Joint, I've been able to get my life back. They guided me through the whole entire process.
The doctors at Joint Chiropractic are so professional. I felt so safe in their hands.
The Joint and the chiropractic care they provide helps in all aspects of life.
The Joint Chiropractic. Scan the code for your $29 new patient special.
As school-based services end, many families who have loved ones with intellectual and developmental disabilities must explore new paths for housing, support, and community connection. Waitlists can be long. That's why planning early really matters. So talk with your loved one's doctor, special needs planner, or support coordinator ahead of time. Small steps now can lead to better outcomes later. Visit KXAN.com/simplehealth to learn more.
From downtown to small town, KXAN News Today is the most watched morning news in Central Texas.
And in Austin, we're the biggest weather team around. With First Warning Weather, you'll know if this or this is in your forecast.
I know these roads. I'll help save you time so you aren't late. Again, make it a great day by starting with the great mornings.
KXAN Today, weekday mornings from 4:30 to 7.
We get set to start the second half. Boy, what an interesting first half. Vista Ridge leads 20-7, and if you just turned it on and said, oh, 27, 2-score game, all right. Boy, there was a lot that went on in that 13 total possessions in that half.
Yeah, you look at it, over on downs twice and 1 3-and-out, 2 3-and-outs for Hutto. They ended on an interception with an outstanding play in the last 15 seconds of the first half. An onside kick turns into nothing. It actually turns into the only touchdown of the game, the other direction for Hutto. But the two big drives, the 12-play, 71-yard drive through the end of the first quarter into the second. Then with 8:46 to go, the Rangers took the ball at their own 34-yard line, drove 66 yards in 7 plays. That's the difference in the game right now.
So Hutto will get it to start the second half. Levon Whitaker down there. What did you learn from the coaches, Levon?
Yeah, I talked to Chad Scott before the half, right at the end of the half, and he told me that he really wanted points at the end there, but he's glad his defense came down and stopped Hutto and got that interception. It was a big play for them after not getting that touchdown and having to settle for 3 points.
Yeah, that was a big swing thanks to Dylan Gonzalez. So here's the kick, and that one again out of bounds. So the cat and mouse kicking game, which tends to lead to some errors when you're trying to be careful. And so good starting field position for Hutto. And boy, what a sequence that was after the big double pass to Jaden Fields for Vista Ridge to keep him off the scoreboard.
All right, now what adjustments? What do you think you felt in first half? Coaches do a good job of adjusting. They got together, coordinators get together, get an idea of what they want to come out with. And we saw a lot of shifting in the first half from the Hippos. They come out and start normal here.
Quick hitter, cross the middle, too high for Fields. Again, that's dangerous. Goes off his fingertips. If there's a safety back there, a lot of times that's where you see an interception.
Yeah, just a little bit up, didn't get on top of it and get it down, and he makes contact. That's going to be enough for a first down. And that was the other point I was going to make before the first snap. You got to get 1 touches.
Yep. Somehow.
Yep.
Had the big play on the double pass. Second down. Pressure coming off his back foot. Great throw right there to Carson Fields. That's 20's little brother. Or another one's little brother, number 4.
He does a nice job. They just flood the zone on the outside. And linebacker gets his eyes back on the quarterback and forgets the receiver and gets to the outside and gets the first down.
You got to have some arm strength to be able to get that ball downfield the way he was backpedaling. Carson Fields, just a sophomore, averages over 10 yards per catch. Straight keeper now for Stefik and breaks a tackle and falls forward to about the 44 into Vista territory.
Yeah, a little more urgency here offensively. They're to the line of scrimmage, got an idea. Not going NASCAR fast, but they're wanting to go and get to the line of scrimmage, getting their play calls from the sidelines. Right now, look at it. Rangers a little bit on their heels to start this second half.
Boy, Chavies did a nice job of blocking for his quarterback. Just got enough of Porowski, the middle linebacker. Stefik again wants to go deep. Got a man, Chavies, who can't make the play. And how about that? Dropping into coverage is Porowski.
Well, he's been outstanding on the blitz. Now he just comes from his linebacker position and runs with a wide receiver there and knocks a good job of knocking that football away.
It was close, but that'll bring up second down.
There was some contact when the ball was in the air, there's no doubt. But they pretty much have let him play all night, Roger. There hasn't been a lot of laundry, not a lot of holding calls either.
Stefik going for Fields over the top, and that is a big-time catch by Jaden Fields for the first down.
I'll tell you what, this is a big-time throw to go with it. Just dropped in there, double covered on the outside, the corner and the safety on Fields. How about going up and getting that ball and getting that right foot down in bounds before he gets out of bounds?
First down for Hutto at the 16-yard line. Stefik to Chavies out on the edge, and he gets down the sideline, turns on the Jets inside the 5.
That's a heck of a job right there. Gets away from a really good linebacker who had him in coverage right here. You'd think he's got him. Just a great angle and takes it down. What a great opening drive here. And they've done this in 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Well, they were down here with the 1st and goal to end the first half. Couldn't punch it in. Stefik, and he gets submarine again. Porowski, the middle linebacker.
Is he on every play?
Every play.
I mean, on every play. just what a job right here. Slips a tackle, takes his pins from out and under him, and backs him up to the 6-yard line.
Came in with 8 tackles for a loss. He's got at least a couple tonight. And now they're back at their own 6-yard line with 2nd down. Stefik going to be a penalty against Hutto on a hold, and we'll see what Chad Scott wants to do. I think he'll probably take those yards. It would be 3rd and goal from the 6, but I think they're going to make him.
You got to back him up here.
Yep. Again, the pressure leading to that holding penalty.
This Ranger defense has been stiff when you get inside that scoring zone. They've just done a great job all night. It has been very difficult for the Hippos to find a way. They scored on an explosive play from way outside, a 30-yard run.
Well, I don't know if Eli Reinhardt can stomach another trip down this deep and not coming away with points. Big sequence right here. 2nd down. Stefik going down to Chavis in the end zone, climbs the ladder and makes the catch. What an outstanding play by Keelan Chavis out of the backfield for his 4th receiving touchdown.
Well, it's a wheel route out of the backfield, and he comes out quickly to the outside and just gets a great job of high pointing the ball. He looks back, he uses his vertical jump to go up, high points it, comes down with it on an 8-play drive that leads to 6.
2nd score of the night for Chavis, and the extra point, and we have got a 1-score ball game. We're back after this.
Let nothing stand between you and the tree stand with the fast, durable Kubota Sidekick. Be ready year-round with the Kubota Sidekick. Visit your local Kubota dealer today.
From the Texas coast to the Texas Hill Country, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
At Howdy Honda, it's all about great volume, and volume. A great volume of inventory with nearly 700 new Honda models to choose from, like Civic, CR-V, Pilot, Accord, and more. In stock and ready for immediate delivery. A great volume of savings with big discounts, incredible lease specials, and even low APR financing options. All of this matched with a great volume of customer service. It's easy to see why we're the #1 volume Honda dealer in Central Texas. Get to Howdy Honda today, where it's all about volume.
Popeye's $6 Big Box is back. 2 pieces of signature chicken or 3 tenders, 2 sides and a biscuit. One serious deal. Make Thanksgiving just as easy and delicious with Popeye's Cajun-style turkey. Love that chicken from Popeye's.
Hutto cuts it to 2014. Our Covert Ford Bastrop Spirit Cam on the Hutto sideline. What a play by Stefik to Chavis for that touchdown.
Yeah, and it culminates in 8-play, 65-yard drive. But the big number for me on that drive, only 2 minutes off the clock to make it a 1-possession game.
Yeah, and they overcome that holding penalty. Pop-up kick, fair catch, ball hits the turf. Reed and Pagel ran into each other, and a break for Vista Ridge to recover it. Levon, that play by Chavis, pretty spectacular for a running back out of the backfield.
Jumps in the gym earlier. Don't see myself getting up as high as Chavis did on that play. That was a great play. But when I talked to Chad Scott at halftime, he told me that one thing we got to do is continue to put points on the board as an offense, but the defense, just staying strong, don't break. Well, I think Hutto found something in that first half, during halftime rather, that they wanted to exploit. They did so in 8 plays in that first drive out of halftime.
Yeah. And who was down there in coverage? Keith Porowski, again, the middle linebacker.
He just got, and he was there. He just got out-leaped.
So, first possession for Rangers. Quick screen to Castillo, but he is buried. And a big play coming off the edge for Michael Blaylark.
Well, it's a good read. He gets by the block, and when you miss a block, you know you're going to have a free shot. Does a nice job coming up and making the tackle. Boy, this is a big possession right here. It's all the momentum on the Rangers side going to halftime, but it's changed right now.
Loss of 3 on the play. Put Castillo in motion. They give it to Sizatowski, and he busts one up and gets about 8 yards. So 6 yards on the carry, a little more manageable third down, but still big 3rd down and 7 for Vista
Big guys
Ridge.
up there with nice blocks. It's tripped up right at the 35-yard line. Whatever play you got in your playbook, that's for 7 yards, you need it right here.
Go to the 7-yard play.
Yeah.
Yeah, big for a couple reasons, trying to keep the drive alive and avoid putting your defense right back on the field. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 12 now as there's movement.
Timing just off on that.
Well, Vista Ridge able to overcome a big penalty on their drive.
Now they bring a dime package into the game, or a nickel package, an extra defensive back here. Something in the middle of the field. A lot of times when you get one of these 3 deep zones, I think that's what we're going to see with the linebackers underneath. But they've got a very tight formation here.
3rd and 12, Hutto blitz look, then they drop into coverage. Lasik going deep, got a man, Pagel wide open, makes the catch and then turns it up inside the 40-yard line. And well, first of all, nice job by that offensive line to give Lasik the protection.
Yeah, that's where it starts, but this is just a blown coverage, and you can see him coming out right there. Nobody picks him up. He throws his hand up and say, hey, I'm wide open. There's 2 safeties. Somebody got confused and wasn't in the right spot. It's nice as a quarterback when you see your receiver, hey,
yeah,
I'm here.
I got you.
You know?
Kieran Pagel, the junior, with the big catch right there on 3rd and long. Lasik to the sideline and a little too high for Reed. That's one of those where that's Reed still down. Got hit. He's a valuable player on this Vista Ridge team, and
he was just nothing. He had no support, no idea. So you're very vulnerable when you leap up in the air and the guy's coming from behind and drives you into this turf. And he goes down. We've already had one player taken off in a cart tonight.
Yeah, and that's a play where you look at it more as a kind of an extension of the run game. Pretty safe route and throw. Instead, it goes incomplete. Now you've got concern for one of your top receivers. Ben Reed's a senior. 6 touchdown catches coming in. You hate seeing this. Yeah, 2nd time tonight with a Vista Ridge player. Donald Wynn went down in the first half, defensive back, and Reed now.
Glad to see him come to his feet.
Yep, favoring that right leg. Oh, that's a long way to hop. Boy, you hate to see that. He tried to put some pressure. He's going to hop 50 yards. How about that?
Yeah.
So that's a big weapon on the sideline for Vista Ridge with a 2nd down and 10. Lasik just looking for some running room, gets a little push after he breaks the tackle. My goodness, now they're going to ride him all the way down near the 1st down. That was a play that looked like might go for 4 or 5. Instead, it's going to go for 9.
There's nothing those big guys up front don't like anymore than you see their quarterback going to the outside. He's all tied up. Now watch these bodies come in right behind him and just start. Look at those big bodies. They're pushing the pile.
That was, gosh, at least 10 yards after that hit. He kind of ducked under the hit. Now you got a 3rd and short. Reset the play clock there. Jeremy Tate lets them know, and now they'll be ready to go here. 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Vista trying to match Hutto's touchdown drive here, and Sizatowski has it. He's got the 1st down and trundles down inside the 25-yard line.
These guys up front doing a nice job right now. Those big guys that they're man up man. It's zone blocking. Find the guy in front of you, and boy, just at running back, when they keep their legs moving, it doesn't matter what color jersey you got, they're coming.
So first down for Vista Ridge inside the Hutto 25-yard line. They didn't restart the play clock or the game clock for some reason after the first down. It still stopped. About 30 seconds. It should have come up. Sizatowski lost it and gets back on it. He had to slam the brakes on there and put it in reverse to get the fumble, just the mishap on the exchange.
Yeah, you try to grab the ball sometimes as a running back, give him a good basket to put it in, and try to reach out with his hands and grab it. A lot of times that's what happens. Fortunate to get back on it, but it is a loss of 3.
Yeah, now you back behind the chains with a 2nd and 13 as we approach the midway point of this third quarter. Sparks in the backfield now, or Spikes rather. Lasik the fake, looking, nothing there. Now just trying to get something. Now moving, now throwing, underthrown. He had a man, but couldn't get it to Will Johnson, just couldn't put enough on it.
Yeah, on the run that time, running away from trouble. He has a guy wide open. If he just doesn't have the arm strength right here, when you're moving, see to the outside, he sees it right there, just couldn't step into it and deliver the football. And now it's going to be a huge third down here.
Yeah, Hutto kept a linebacker kind of in a spy position, so Lasik couldn't take off with the ball. Third down, Lasik going up top, and that ball is wide.
I think we're going to have holding, too, to go with it. Now what do you do here? It's going to be 4th and 12, or it's going to be 3rd and 22. See what they do on it.
Jeremy Tate, our referee, a personal foul. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Hands to the face. That's going to be a first down. Erases a 3rd down and 13, and now Vista Ridge is going to be in the red zone.
Oh, that is a huge turn of events. This is going to take it down inside the 15-yard line and carries with it an automatic first down.
So a hands to the face penalty on a Hutto defensive lineman. Spikes has it, and he's down inside the 10-yard line. Jonas Spikes, he's got some wiggle and a little burst.
He's the quicker of the two backs, but you can see right, watch this. Ooh, plants that right foot, and he gets north and south right there, but quickly. Little quick feet.
5 yards on the play, 2nd down and 5, so we're inside of 5.5 minutes here, just the second possession of this third quarter. Hutto.
10th play of the drive, Roger.
Lasik going up top, and that ball is just going to go too deep. Will Johnson never had a chance.
I think he had a free play. I think he drew him off sides.
Okay.
Oh, and that might have hit that back wall.
3 players went down on that concrete. But you're right. Free play, so you take a shot.
This is going to be half the distance. This may be enough for a first down.
Yeah, I think it will be. Well, a couple of huge penalties here on this drive. Now Vista Ridge.
They're going to measure here?
Well, they're going to call it just short of the first down. They're going to call it 2nd and inches.
Okay.
They're going to go under center with, well, now they go back in the shotgun with Lasik. Sizatowski in the backfield with the H-back. Sizatowski has it right up the gut. Touchdown, Vista Ridge. Big answer for the Rangers here in the third quarter.
That's just an outstanding 68-yard drive. And yeah, what an answer. I mean, they go right down the field. Great blocking up front. Bowls his way into the end zone. Culminates that 68-yard drive back to a 2-possession game.
A couple of long touchdown drives, and now a 2-score lead again for Vista Ridge. High snap, good hold, good kick, and We go to break. 5:06 to go. Rangers back up 13.
When an 18-wheeler hits, nothing else matters. The damage is massive. The injuries are life-changing. Trucking companies move fast to protect themselves. You need a law firm that moves faster. For over 30 years, Thomas J. Henry has taken on the biggest trucking companies in Texas and won. Because in cases this serious, experience isn't optional, it's everything. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust.
Salsa and guac are empty.
Nah, that's no big deal, right?
I'm here without you, baby, but you're still on my lonely mind. I think about you, baby, and I dream about you all the time. I'm here.
That's Favor with our H-E-B Now order.
When it's got to be H-E-B and it's got to be now, Favor brings you H-E-B Now.
Not in this house.
Get 15 items in as little as 45 minutes. Favor, how Texas orders in.
Big answer for Vista Ridge. Got some help with a couple of big penalties, but a Quinn Sizatowski touchdown, and they're back up 27-14.
Yeah, a 68-yard drive, took 10 plays, 4:54 off of the clock.
So up to Hutto to match it. Try to get it back to a one-score game. This one kicked deep, but Chavis has a chance here at his own 4-yard line. Turns it up. He's got the edge. Chavis down the sideline, and then he'll just tiptoe out of bounds. And boy, another big kick return. Then a little tap out of bounds. Did
that draw a flag?
It didn't, but that's one of those where if it happens on the other sideline, you'll see a different reaction. It might draw a flag, but not on the Vista sideline.
Out to the 40-yard line.
Still plenty of time, but you're down 2 scores, and Vista has shown the ability to drive the ball. You need to keep it rolling here. Here's Fields with the catch and takes a hit and hangs on. Fields just one of those special-looking players.
Yeah, they had 2 guys out there. It's a little double move. You got 2 guys, one guy defending, one's going down the field, one cuts it off to the inside, and Fields makes a nice catch into Ranger territory.
Pietrzak with the stop after the first down catch. And now going to the sideline, and that one just a little underthrown. Looking for Chavis again, almost like a back shoulder ball.
That was another wheel route. He can't. It's an inside slot receiver.
Yeah, that was Braden Childs.
Childs going to the outside, and he needs to lay that ball up. If he tried to angle it, that's a long throw. That's a 50-yard throw or 40-yard throw from one hash to the sidelines.
To the sideline for Fields, got it, turns it up, and tiptoes out of bounds, and that was a big-time throw again by Stefik.
Fields with a nice route. He sells inside, comes back out to the outside. Safety can't get there. Just couldn't get there. And quickly, right down to the 20.
Yeah, moving fast, taking up chunks over the middle behind the intended receiver, Owens.
First half, the difference, if you're just tuning in first, folks, Rangers were getting pressure, Roger. Absolutely here in the second half, no pressure. A lot of time to sit back there and find his receiver.
Second down and 10. 3 receivers to the right. Braylon Johnson in the slot. They look to the left, get it to Chavis out of the backfield, makes a move and picks up an extra 4 or 5 yards down close to the 10. They'll mark it at the 11, but that should be enough for a Hutto first down.
Just get him out of the backfield, get him one-on-one with the linebacker.
Number 40.
Yeah.
There's about 3 number 40s, it feels like, for Vista Ridge. Porowski.
He's been everywhere. Get a first down here. This ball's at the 11.
Owens the motion man. Looks like they're going to go again out of the backfield, but Chavis can't hang on, and then he pays the price from guess who? Number 40.
Yeah, I would think I would start looking for that route if I was him, because this is the 4th time in the ball game they've run the wheel route with Chavis out of the backfield.
Yeah, kind of hung him out to dry there to take that big hit.
Most running backs wear some kind of rib protection. You would hope he had some there.
Zone read and then the RPO, and that is close to another first down to Owens.
Really well designed play. It described it perfectly. You can see the read right there that you bounce to the outside, get it out of your hands because your wide receiver is open out there. Not sure he got enough to get the first down. It'll be 3rd and short. This does stop the clock. Boy, this has been a quick drive.
Stefik keeps it, cuts it up, backs into the end zone. Touchdown Hutto. Now we're getting that shootout we thought we might get.
Yep. Didn't take them long. 60 yards. They take 8 plays, but Roger, only 1 minute and 6 seconds comes off the clock.
So 3 touchdown drives in 8 minutes here, and that touchdown by Caden Stefik, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. And now back to a 1-score ball game as Aguilar, well, there's going to cost him the extra point to be moved back, I think, to 25-yard line. So he'll put it down. Fournette at the 15. Snap, good hold, nearly blocked, but it gets through. So 4 minutes to go, back to a 6-point Vista Ridge lead.
Shift into a more affordable auto loan by refinancing with A+ FCU, Austin's best credit union. With our A+ Beat Your Rate offer, save 1% APR or more off your current auto loan rate and get on the road to living your A+ life. With lower monthly payments, less interest, and a faster loan payoff. Apply today at aplusfcu.org/beatyourrate.
An entire season is down to one last race.
Green flag, green flag.
For the NASCAR Xfinity Series title.
Off we go in the Arizona desert.
It's now or never. It's all or nothing. Let's go race for a championship.
Can Connor Zillage be stopped?
Connor Zillage is a phenom.
Now he's got to go win a championship.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship.
This Saturday at 6:30 on CW Austin.
Well, 3 possessions, 3 scores here in the second half, and it's back to a 6-point lead for Vista Ridge. Hutto with 14 points here in this 3rd quarter. High but short, very short kick, and fair catch at the 34-yard line. Boy, all these hidden yards in the kicking game add
up. Well, they're
up.
hidden, aren't they? That's exactly right.
There was a penalty against Hutto, so that's going to...
They can add 5 yards to it at the end of the kick. If it's offsides, that ball will nearly be out to the 40-yard line.
Yep, they'll mark it at the 39. So again, you just shorten that field with different issues in the kicking game. We had 27 points scored in the first 24 minutes. We've had 21 scored here in the first 8 minutes of the second half. Lasik dumps it down. Sizatowski, and a little stiff arm on the sideline, and he picks up some yardage. Nice job by Lasik just to find his check down.
Great, good call, Roger. He was looking, that was a route built to try to get a double move on the outside and get it down the field. It was not there. It was covered well, so good job of checking that down and getting it out of his hands, making it a manageable second down.
It's little, Keith, but doesn't that show the comfort he has at that position?
Absolutely.
Now they shift 3 receivers to the right. Put Castillo back in motion, swing him around, takes the reverse. Castillo has the first down, spins, stays on his feet, fights, stumbles, falls, all the way inside the 45-yard line.
These two number ones in this ball game, Fields and Castillo, both, they're electric players. When they get the ball, good things happen for their team. And boy, I tell you what, that's a fine run. Just kept moving his feet, and he's not a big man.
No. I'd count at least 6 hippos getting a hand on him, and just like that, Vista Ridge inside the Hutto 45, and now see what the stoppage is for.
I think we got a shoe untied.
Well, you gotta have your shoes tied.
Let's stop the clock for it.
Oh, we got a brace issue for Shank. He says, I don't need a brace.
I don't need no stinking brace.
Get it out of here.
Clock will wind again.
Sizatowski cuts it back up and stays on his feet. Breaks another tackle, then gets knocked down pretty hard, but all the way inside the 30. Another 14-yard run. Starting to get the feeling, Keith, these defenses are getting a little bit fatigued.
Yeah, doing a nice job. And a lot of it's these offensive lines are manhandling them now and starting to get a push on both sides.
Braylon Fisher came in, big junior defensive lineman, and got the last hit on Sizatowski. It was a pretty big one.
Got to get somebody on the line of scrimmage. There you go. Too many in the backfield to start with.
Well, they had all kinds of movement. Castillo, they're not going to get the play up. Well, they called the timeout. Chad Scott saw that things were just a little bit discombobulated. So, break here. We'll step aside for Thomas J. Henry.
For over 30 years, Thomas J. Henry has been in the fight for those who have been injured in Texas. With over $1 billion delivered to our clients in the last 4 years and more than 13,000 five-star reviews, our dedication to life-changing results is clear. But don't just take our word for it. Hear from those who've experienced the difference. Thomas J. Henry. The name you know, the firm you trust.
So 2:28 to go here in the third quarter, and Vista Ridge on the move, trying to keep it clean here. A score on every drive here in the second half, combined by both teams.
Yeah, and the first half was dominated early, especially by defense. And all of a sudden, we knew these two offenses. It's hard to keep a good man down, is that old term. And these offenses are rolling now.
Spikes now in the backfield. Lasik, quick hitter out on the edge, and easy throw and catch right there to Will Johnson.
Boy, Johnson pays a price for it, though. He gets blown up at the end of this. You can see him trying to catch his breath. That's an outstanding hit, legal hit, but it does go for 6 yards and sure does make it a much easier play call. 2nd and 4.
Sorto out on the edge with the tackle. Came in with 62. That's a lot of tackles for a cornerback. 2nd down. They circle Castillo around and they fake it to him, and now Lasik looking. He's just going to have to throw it out of bounds, and now it's going to be 3rd down.
You talk about getting comfortable in the position. You just talked about it. That's a big-time play. Everybody thinks he's get out, and then you try to force the action. He gets to the outside right here. He doesn't panic. People are coming after him. Let me just get it out of my hands and live to play another down. Gets it past the line of scrimmage, outside the tackle box. That's a big-time play to give you a chance on 3rd down here.
Yeah, 3rd and 3. It looks more like 4. They call it 3, but they got to get inside the 20-yard line. Now they give it to Spikes, and Spikes is going to try to push the pile, and he's going to be able to do it with some help. That's enough for a first down, and he was hit before he got even to the 20-yard line, but takes it inside and fresh set of downs.
He'll get credited for the yards, but who gets credited for this are those guys pushing right there. That's those big 3 offensive linemen. They don't get that on their record. They don't get those yards, but the reason he got those yards is because of those 3.
Yeah, give big Julian Collier, their senior right guard, an assist. So, fresh set of downs. Vista Ridge again. Screen pass. Castillo breaks a tackle and then falls forward for a couple of tough yards after contact.
He's just a hard runner. Once you get the ball in his hands, I mean, for all intents and purposes, this is for a loss. He spins out of that one, and then watch this one. Just that last little bit, he gets the help from his lineman, but that fall forward gets him an extra 1.5 yards. Makes it another manageable second down.
Sizatowski in the backfield now, and that pistol look. Maybe a play change with 3 on the play clock. Down to 1. Sizatowski has it down to the 10-yard line, and that'll bring up 3rd and short.
That's going to take us through the quarter.
Yeah, that'll be the end of 3, and Vista Ridge trying to get that score back and take it back to a 2-score game. High school football on KBVO, brought to you by Thomas J. Henry, continues.
Success isn't just measured by dollar amounts. It's defined by how those results change lives.
I remember feeling completely lost. But when I met Laura, I felt like someone finally saw me. She listened, she cared, and she fought for me.
Guiding you through the toughest times and fighting for the justice you deserve, no matter your background. Compassion, integrity, results. Ramos James Law, Injury Attorneys. Call today.
You've seen the plays, now get to know the players. Welcome to Texas and O's, your front row seat to the world of Texas athletics. The games, the athletes, the coaches that make the 40 acres the standard everyone's chasing. Tune in each week as we catch you up on everything Texas right here on Texas and O's.
Brought to you on KXAN by Advanced Pain Care. The pain stops here.
Start the fourth quarter here, 27-21 Vista Ridge. Want to go down to Levon because on that last play by Castillo, looks like he's got a little extra laundry he's wearing. Levon almost got tackled by it.
Yeah, with a guy that small, with that type of speed and agility, you want to get him any way you can. Probably not by the hoodie, though. He says it's actually not a hoodie. It's a little athletic wear that he's got. It just happens to have a hood on it. But hey, if you're Hutto, you take anything you can get.
Yeah, Fields grabbed it, and then he slipped down and grabbed the jersey. Here's a different look for you. They're going to go fake tush push, and then the Castillo pitch out, touchdown. Check that. That is 0 Amari Jordan, who comes in on offense.
How about that play call?
Their linebacker, Amari Jordan, with the touchdown, and pretty creative setup there for Vista Ridge, back to a 2-score lead.
Yeah, they come up, you think it's a tush push, they pitch it on the sweep, gets the outside, and finishes it off into the end zone. What a drive, 9 plays.
Amari Jordan headed to Rice, and after this extra point, I want to see that again. Watch what Jordan does to his tight end, Gavin Brooks. The kick is up, and kick is good, but we can see it one more time. Watch what Jordan does. Obviously not used to running the ball. He's used to just kind of wreaking havoc. And watch what he does to number 9 here on this play. Get over there.
But an outstanding play and a well-designed play that culminates a 9-play, 61-yard drive. In the other part, Hutto has had to score quick to get back in this game. But another 4-minute drive by Vista Ridge to take it down and put it into the end zone and make it a 2-possession game here with basically all of the fourth quarter to play.
Levon, Amari Jordan was running with bad intentions down in front of you.
Yeah, I looked at him. I'm like, is that the linebacker? And I'm like, but yeah, I mean, patience, stutter stepped, and then just pushed this guy into a Hutto defender. But definitely had bad intentions as he got closer to the end zone.
Yeah, a little spike too. All right, so pressure on Hutto here with 5 seconds gone here in this fourth quarter to get it back to a one-score game. Now they were able to do it 2 pretty quick drives, but first of all, let's see how they play this kickoff. So important to see where they start the drive. Niglione's just going to pop it up, but does get some depth on it, and that ball's going to hit. That's a live football picked up by Fields, but they whistle it dead because there was a fair catch called, I believe.
Somebody made the motion back there, so the ball should be dead where it stopped and where it's handled. But somebody had to put it. I did not see a motion from anybody there for a fair catch.
Wow. I don't know if we can. The thing is, we need to look again, and we need to survey about 6 guys because anybody can make that fair catch call, but I'm with you, Keith. I didn't see anybody raise the arm. Boy. Hutto making life tough now. They've got to go 90. Stefik, good protection. Wants to take a shot right down the middle. Fields, contact, but no whistle. Gonzalez in on the coverage.
I think they're going to rule that basically uncatchable, but there was some definite contact while the football was in the air.
Yeah, and
no pressure. That's the difference in these 2 halves. Is the offensive front for Hutto. Reason they've been able to get the ball down the field is they just hadn't had people in his face in the first half. Rangers were all over him and couldn't step in to deliver these balls vertically down the field.
So second down, they got to hustle. Play clock at 8, and they're still getting personnel on the field. They get the snap off. Second down and 10. Throw to the sideline. Catch. And that's going to be a first down and then some. Nice job on second down. Just get it out in space, and the first down for Hutto, and that is Jaden Fields again.
Fields is just, he's such a weapon, and he's such a big, strong runner after he gets the ball in his hands. Clock running again after the first down. He did not get out of bounds. So clock's going to be a factor now here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Now you're talking about possessions and the ability to score and stop Vista Ridge from scoring. Stefik again to the sidelines. Big hit. Castillo cannot stay in bounds, and Porowski, I mean,
he delivers the blow.
Chavis is got to be so tired to see it number 40.
Yeah, he's been with him all night, and boy, I tell you what, that's punishing right there. Didn't wrap him up, but just the blow. It's going to be awarded. Does stop the clock, but only gains a yard.
Boy, third down right here. This is huge, and they're going to go straight handoff, and that's going to be close. Chavis, and I think with that spot, he's got a favorable spot, and they're going to say, yeah, move the chains.
Did a nice job. He's down at
a favorable spot.
Yeah, he was. I thought he was about a yard short.
So
clock is moving now. Got a timeout.
I think they got a chain gang issue. Well, they weren't sure about the first down, Jeremy.
I wasn't. Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm not either.
I saw the motion to move the chains on the opposite sideline, but now the clock rolls again. Stefik looking, wants to go down the seam again, but again, too high. Looking for Owens. I don't know. Owens looked like maybe got tangled up a moment.
Yeah, and also got pressure on the quarterback. Couldn't step in and deliver. At that time, you watched at the end of it when you're getting ready to throw and all that pressure's around you. Really couldn't. Did a good job of getting rid of it and getting enough on it, but.
So second down and 10 for Hutto. There's that quick slant. Fields has it, and he fights his way close to a first down. He gets it, so Clock stops.
I'll give the Hippos credit. They do a good job of getting to the line of scrimmage, getting set, getting their plays off. They don't take a lot of time in between plays. Ready to go here with a move of the chains.
Jordan, who scored that touchdown, the Vista linebacker, nearly got his hand on that throw, but couldn't quite reach it. Stefik now steps up, delivers a strike, and that's Fields, and Fields right down the middle and goes down. Wise move right there. Just go down, reset the chains, and you're inside the 20-yard line.
But stepping up in the pocket, feels pressure, does a nice job stepping, keeps his eyes downfield, finds Fields crossing. Nice job of keeping Fields out of the end zone because he in space is tough.
They're going fast, and again, well, they found something over the middle. That's Owens. Another first down. This time it's going to be 1st and goal. Well, they are doing it at a quick pace. Vista does well enough to get a substitution in there. Hutto didn't substitute, but they got it in quick. Now the fade, Fields, touchdown. Jaden Fields just bodied it up with Carson Miller, makes the catch, and Hutto quickly right back to a one-score ball game. And now this one is wide open with touchdowns in every possession. 14th touchdown catch for Fields.
Well, Fields just uses his body, goes up, and again, I love the way he shields the defender, strong hands, goes up and gets it. That culminates an 8-play, 90-yard drive. 90.
So, extra point. Timeout on the field, back to a one-score game.
For over 30 years, Thomas J. Henry has been in the fight for those who have been injured in Texas. With over $1 billion delivered to our clients in the last 4 years and more than 13,000 five-star reviews, our dedication to life-changing results is clear. But don't just take our word for it. Hear from those who've experienced the difference. Thomas J. Henry. The name you know, the firm you trust.
The Rooms to Go store-wide sofa sale ends Monday. Hurry in to get big savings and endless sofa possibilities. A huge selection of sofas are on sale. Save on fabric sofas, sleeper sofas, plush leather sofas, sectionals, and reclining sofas. Great sofas priced low to sell fast. And only Rooms to Go offers an opportunity like this. So shop the Rooms to Go store-wide sofa sale now through Monday. Find your perfect sofa.
Well, now it's a matter of who can break serve as they go 90, Keith, on the misplay on the kickoff.
Yeah, and 8 plays and only take 2:40 off the clock. So scoring drives this half, 2 minutes, 1:06, and 2:40 for the Hippos.
Pop-up kick. That one fielded by Johnson. No fair catch, and then Johnson smothered. Still decent field position, but a better job by Hutto. At least they keep him inside the 35-yard line, and Johnson comes up a little bit gimpy. You already got Reed, who had to leave the ball game and has not returned. Well,
got to have points again. This is one of those scenarios where you got to match serves.
Yep, and you on the flip side, Hutto's chasing. They got to get a stop.
Rangers ball on the 33-yard line with 1st and 10 Rangers.
Levon, there's a reason I told Noah it was going to be a high-scoring game. I didn't say when all the points were going to be scored.
I mean, I guess you're right, technically.
You guess. They put up
62
there's
points.
62 with 9 minutes to go. Sizatowski on the ground and good first down yardage. They wouldn't mind bleeding the clock a little bit.
Yeah,
too.
they would like to run the ball. Fields in playing safety. Now, ooh, this is not good coming off the field when you're tailback.
Well, he limped off earlier in the ball game. Reed is banged up. Johnson limped off. Game of attrition for this Vista Ridge offense. Spike's now in there. Lasik rolling. Now the pressure's coming. Flag on the play. Lasik is hit. Ball on the turf. Hutto says they have it. And if they do, it may stand because I think it's going to be a holding penalty against Vista Ridge, and the Hippos get the turnover.
It was a holding penalty. It was declined, and second turnover of the game. Got to get it out of your hands. He's done a good job all day getting it out instead of staying there, and it just reaches up with that right hand and slaps it out of his hands. It was definitely out on the way down. That's a good call. And how about a strip sack recovery?
That's Braden Daniel, their leading tackler, came in with 14 TFLs. He's had a few tonight, and that one huge because he completed the whole trifecta. Sack, strip, recovery. And just like that, Hutto 31 yards away from a chance to take the lead. Quarterback keep. Stefik down inside the 25-yard line. Boy, Levon, you can feel the old momentum shifting here, and now Vista Ridge really on their heels defensively.
Hutto found something in that halftime, like I said earlier. They found a way to get these guys out into open space and say, hey, you can't guard us on the outside. We're going to keep on doing it, but don't forget you got a guy like the guy in the backfield, Chavis, that can run the ball as well.
The second down, Stefik nearly picked off. It's complete, though. It's going to be enough for a first down. Boy, Carson Miller
read it.
Probably felt like that ball looked like it was up there forever, but in the end, it's going to be a Hutto first down as Zion Street makes the catch.
Now he went with his right hand, just couldn't make. How about the concentration to hold on to that football?
Eli Reinhardt, the head coach, thinking that's supposed to be an easier throw than it was. But they move the chains. Clock moving inside of 7.5 minutes to go. Stefik again steps up, moves up, picks up good yardage. Not a big runner for the season, but they've implemented that. Obviously was off schedule, but we've seen some designed runs for him as well.
Yeah, he's a physical guy, though. Once he puts the ball down, he's a big man to try to bring down. You can see him finishing, leaning forward, making it a manageable second down.
Well, now it's just on this Vista Ridge defense try to keep him out of the end zone, and they will not, because Jaden Fields is something special. The catch, the contact, and the fall into the end zone for the touchdown.
That's just great individual effort by Fields. Using his big body, great hands to go with it. This is a good throw, too. I mean, there are 4 defenders right there, and then finds a way to muscle his way into the end zone. Extra point away from the lead right now.
Yeah, this for the lead. Aguilar, still 6:56 to go. And a low line drive is good. And for the first time tonight, the Hutto Hippos have the lead, and what a second half we've seen from Hutto. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns. Stefik, 3 touchdown passes and a touchdown run.
Yeah, this one, a quick one. 4 plays, 31 yards, took 1:33. How about this, Roger? In the second half, a 2-minute drive for a touchdown, a 1-minute-6-second drive for a touchdown, 2:40 drive for a touchdown, and 1:33 for a touchdown. That's scoring in a hurry.
So now Vista Ridge playing from behind, and we don't know how many of those key players are still unable to come out there because of injuries. The most recent, Sizatowski. He's down there holding his helmet on the sideline. Sometimes you think you're going to have a great one, doesn't quite work out. Other times,
yep,
it does. I think this one falls into that category. We've been looking towards this one for several weeks. Little one-step pop-up. That was a fair catch down to the 30, but they do a good job of getting some elevation. Johnson with the fair catch. And so at least he's back out there healthy.
All right, let's
Sizatowski's got his helmet on.
This is that drive where in the fourth quarter, got to have points, trailing for the first time tonight. This is when you got to put it all back together.
Well, the Stars came out in that sequence. Daniel with the strip sack and recovery, and Fields with the touchdown catch.
Fields back in playing defense again at safety.
Sizatowski, big hole on that left side, and picks up about 8.
Well, Vista's best defense may be their offense right here. If he can grind out some first downs right here, you got to have points to win the game, no doubt. But you'd also like to run some of this clock here in the fourth quarter.
Now wait, now you're using my logic, and I'm going to say you score.
That's halftime.
You score.
That's halftime.
You score.
This is the end of the game.
And then you worry about how long it takes. Fournette with the tackle on that first down run. Second down and 3. See what Vista does here. They're going to keep it on the ground, says Sizatowski, and that's going to be enough. So there you go. Move the chains, and now the ball loose. Did they blow it dead? Well, everybody kept playing, and the head linesman and others just kind of casually said, nope, we blew it dead. There you see stripping at the ball, and it's hard to...
Yeah, I think he was on the ground.
Yep. So now, to your point, Keith, they can bleed another 30 seconds or so off the clock with a first down. Throw to the sideline, but Johnson can't make the catch. And again, that's one of those where feels like a pretty safe pass. We kept the clock rolling with about a 5-yard pickup instead. Clock stops, 2nd and 10.
Little tougher pass to the left. On the route to the outside, you got to go all the way across. It wasn't to the short side of the field, so a little more difficult of a pass. Boy, you need some yardage here on 2nd down.
Lasik, the give to Sizatowski. Follows blockers, bounces off tacklers, but he's only going to end up with about a 3-yard gain. Certainly you're in 4-down territory here with the clock ticking around the 5-minute mark when this ball is snapped. Boy, number 1's in there. You'd like to see the ball.
That's exactly where I was going.
In his hands if you're Vista Ridge.
I got to find a way to get him. He's that guy that is explosive in space.
Well, they put him in the slot to the left of Lasik. They empty it. They bring in Brooks as the H-back. They go the opposite side, and that ball is caught. Simultaneous collision with Sorto. Great catch out there by Will Johnson.
Just had the concentration to hold on to the football. It's going to be short of the line to gain. And, well, he paid for it, but it's going to be 4th down and 2 right here.
Yep.
Clock moving. Maybe one of them have to use a timeout. You have only 2 left. Got to get to the line. Get ready to go here. It's going to be under 10 when they get up there.
Yeah, problem is you want to save that timeout. If you don't get it, you want all your timeouts. So here we go. They give to Sizatowski. He's hit, falls forward. He does not have it. Outstanding defensive play by that Hutto front. Jaden Marin, among others, 28 in on that stop. Now they're looking at it.
Well, they're marking this ball. He's short of the line to gain.
Yeah, they're going to call the sticks out, but the sticks say he needs to get to the 47, and that ball's sitting at the 48. I mean, I don't even think it's close based on this.
It's short. I don't think you have to measure this. I think you can look at it and say it's over on downs, but they're going to bring the sticks out.
Yeah.
But I'm already marking it. It's well short.
Yeah, love to see that one more time after we see this measurement. But this is either those sticks were not accurate on the sideline, or this is academic. Yep, it's well short. All right, the stop by that Hutto defense had to have one. And there you see in the hole, the hit right in the hole. And I think it was Daniel, the first one, Keith, number 14.
Yep.
What a ball game he has had.
All of a sudden now, got to have a stop defensively, something you haven't had here in the second half.
Well, the clock can stop 4 times. You got 3 timeouts, or check that, 2 timeouts and the 2-minute timeout. But a first down and you're in big trouble if you're Vista Ridge. Keep it to Stefik, tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, an outstanding play that time by Thatcher Powell.
Yeah, they want to take time off the clock. They'd like to run it, and they go a little RPO at that time, and he pulled it out, or a zone read, and great open field tackle. They have been going really quickly. I think they will slow it down here now.
Yep. Will they put it in the air is the question. Zone read keep, and Stefik bottled up. Jordan and friends. Now third down. Now does Chad Scott use one of his timeouts? So far, no. So they can take it all the way down to about the 3-minute mark. Got to believe if they get a third down stop, they've got to burn a timeout unless the clock stops.
Yeah, they bring in a nickel package as they take out a defensive lineman, bring in an extra guy in the secondary here. But I would be finding where number 1 is, and I would double him up right now.
Might even see Hutto let it go all the way down and take a timeout. Doesn't look like that's what they're doing. Or does it? Yeah, that's what Eli Reinhardt's going to do. Yeah, a lot of shifting and movement, seeing if they could get Vista to jump. And there you see the Hutto head coach. So now 3:02 to go, and third down and 12. You got to believe if they don't get a first down and the clock doesn't stop, Chad Scott's got to use that second timeout.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And the other thing is, I'm going to figure out some kind of bracket coverage and take that guy on the screen you see right there with that one on his back. I got to take him out of the play somehow if I possibly can, because he is a dominant receiver. So you're going to have to put it in the air here. You could run the ball, obviously, and force the Rangers to take a timeout and then punt the ball away. But I think if you want to get a chance at a first down, protect it by getting the ball somewhere vertically down the field to Fields.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. A first down probably ends the ball game, but what you don't want is to give Vista Ridge a free timeout here and have it go fourth down. Well, here's Stefik. Here he comes, rolling, calling, throws it deep down the sideline, and that ball's caught, but I think it's out of bounds. In fact, I think Fields ran out of bounds. That's why you saw the hat come up. Fields might be cramping up down there. You see the side judge with no hat. That usually means the receiver ran out of bounds on his route.
Yeah, if he runs out on his own and not pushed out.
Well, they call incomplete anyway, so it doesn't matter. There is a conversation going on, but the call by the side judge was incomplete, in which case it stops the clock and it's fourth down. So the Fields catch, and again, no hat and incomplete. So everything else is irrelevant. You can't take a look at it. So it's fourth down and 12, 2:55 to go. Clock does not roll, it's stopped.
Now it's rolling now, but it's fourth down.
No, that's the game clock, the play clock.
Yeah.
Game clock stays at 2:55, so Johnson's back there. Now whistles. Daniel trying to get out on the field. We got pointing to the sideline. I don't know if Hutto took a timeout. Now let's roll the play clock. Aguilar. Big punt right here. See if they can pin Vista Ridge and make them really drive it. Good snap. Good kick. Johnson can't afford to field it until he does, but he immediately goes down. So Aguilar does his job. Daniel there to cover it. And Vista Ridge will take over at their own 25-yard line. Again, Niglione, we've seen him bury extra points from deep, so he's got a pretty good leg. And Levon, is wind an issue at all down there for a potential field goal if Vista gets to that point?
I don't think it is right now. I really don't. I think he can get down here into a comfortable range. I think he'll see us sail in. The good thing is Vista Ridge has been the one that's been getting close to those to the extra points and to the field goals, not so much Hutto. So unless Hutto draws up something crazy here on special teams to get to the, if Vista Ridge gets down into the red zone and kicks for a field goal, I think he won't have any issues getting the ball up in this type of atmosphere.
Well, they're going to have more issues because there was a holding on that punt. So now they got to drive it starting at their own 15-yard line.
Wow.
You got 2:45. The clock's an issue, but it's just they got to go a long way. They need some chunk plays. Sizatowski, the motion man. See what they dial up here. Lasik, the dump down, and that's going to be incomplete. Johnson, I don't think he had it. Took a big hit, but that's going to be second down.
I got to get Castillo in the game. He was not in the game right there. These little dump passes this time are not going to help you.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get something vertical in the game, some kind of double combination routes, something where you can get the ball down the field, because the Hippos are starting to get some pressure, and they're dropping 8 and getting pressure with 3.
Well, Castillo's in there right now in the backfield. Now they motion him out. And now Lasik says, move over a little bit. Second down. Pump fake. Lasik now has got some time. Nothing there. Look at, he's got Sizatowski wide open, and he couldn't find him. Gets dropped by Daniel. Sizatowski on the near sideline, slipped out of the backfield, and he could have run until Friday.
He was wide open, waving his hands in the flat.
Well, there's a flag anyway. This might not matter. You see him down there wide open, but let's wait for the call here. It would be third down and 10. They're talking to Eli Reinhardt, so I'm guessing this is against Vista Ridge. Oh, a dead ball. Dead ball, that means you lose the down. Oh my goodness, that's huge. So now it's third and about 26.
That's half the distance, so it'll come back to about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, so it won't quite be 26, but a dead ball, personal foul. And they got to get out to the 25, so about 18 yards to go, maybe 19.
Do you heat them up, or do you play drop 8? They've been successful dropping 8.
Yep, and they're going to drop. They're going to spy, and the pass incomplete. Pagel had to get ready to absorb a hit from Fields and couldn't make the catch. Now for Vista to stay alive, it all comes down to a 4th and 19.
What a job here, these last 2 possessions.
Oh, how about this?
You're going to punt the ball away because you have the 2-minute timeout and 2 timeouts.
Okay. Figuring the odds of getting 4th and 19 are just so slim.
I wouldn't put anybody back, and Hippos are not at this point.
Yep, so now Niglione hoping to turn it over and get a big bounce. Low liner, see if it turns over a little bit. It's going to roll out.
You want to get it stopped before the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, right at midfield, yeah. So they'll have to run one play before the 2-minute timeout, but obviously Vista Ridge has to have a stop right here. Can't afford a first down.
Heck of a game, just exactly what we thought it was going to be. 69 points on the board.
And here's the other problem. Even if they go 3 and out, they're going to burn clock, And they're going to pin Vista back with no timeouts and have to go a long way. That's all if Vista can get a stop here. Oh, my goodness. They got stop number 1.
Guess who?
CJ. I think that was Milligan, wasn't it?
Oh, that's Milligan that time. They're both wearing pink. And
man.
One's 40, one's 42, but that's a heck of a tackle right there.
Chavies needs the license plate. So they've used the first of their timeouts that they have remaining.
You may need Thomas J. Henry after that one.
That was impressive to hold on to the football. So 2-minute timeout. And Vista Ridge has got to come up, obviously, with a stop, and then.
Well, you were talking about get a stop, but you're going to have to get somewhere to any really reasonable opportunity between the 25 or 30-yard line to have any opportunity to kick a field goal if you can get the football back. And the other part of that is, as a coach, sometimes do you have a safe play? Do you have a play to a slip screen to Fields, something of that nature? He's such a good receiver. Get him the ball in the hand. It's almost like a handoff. And see if you can get something to break one tackle, because one broken tackle and a first down ends the ball game.
Haven't done all the math. Even a Hutto loss, great chance they're going to the playoffs. But again, they got to end with McNeil. A Hutto win, obviously they are going to the playoffs, and they have a chance to at least share a district title. Here's second down. Steffik's going to keep it, and he's going to lose yardage again. So Nate Cochran with the tackle for a loss. Use the timeout. 3rd and about 17. And they're down to 1 timeout. So they'll use it after this 3rd down play, assuming they don't throw an incomplete pass or go out of bounds, or obviously if they get a first down, the game's going to end. Well, I mean, the defense has picked up 7 yards.
Yeah, they're pushing them back. And again, I would try to find something that gets out on the edge. The first 2 plays have been between the tackles. Not necessarily have to throw it, but just find something, jet sweep, something to get out on the edge and maybe get the corner and allow one of your athletes to perform and break a tackle, because they're going to be bringing everybody after the football.
Levon, these kids have to go to school tomorrow. There are going to be some sore kids in class tomorrow morning.
It's going to be a lot of hall passes tomorrow. Some of the teachers.
Been some hits.
Bathroom breaks, and yeah, a lot of that going on a Friday.
All right, here we go. 3rd and 17. Stefik and Chavies communicating. And Stefik will keep it. Stefik turns it up, gets a big chunk. A penalty flag comes down, though. He didn't have enough for the first down, but I think this is going to send it way back. And even though it's 4th down, I think you have to take this penalty.
You got to take the penalty to gain yardage. It's a game of field position, and this is going to bring them back 10. This is going to take them back to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, because they punt it. They can just punt it in the end zone. You got to go 80 yards. Now, you still have that timeout in your pocket, so you'll use it here again.
But does it have to take that timeout? Do you have to take a timeout? Because it's the clock going to be running.
Well,
that's the question.
Yep, you're right. So the referee, Jeremy Tate, as they spot the ball all the way back to the 33-yard line with 1:49 to go.
It doesn't wind the clock, so that's a good thing.
So now, I mean, if you're Eli Reinhardt, the most important thing to me would be, because it's so unlikely you're going to first, is make sure you make Vista burn that last time out. So, of course, he goes back to pass. Stefik rolling, and he drops it down like an incompletion, and Vista jumped on the ball. Boy, that was scary if you're Hutto. He wanted to make sure he got rid of it before he went out of bounds so the clock doesn't stop, but it was an unusual move right here by Stefik.
Why would you throw it? If you run out of bounds, you're going to force the other team to call a timeout. So he throws the ball. That does stop the clock. It's 4th down. You're going to have to punt the ball away.
And either way, it was going to stop the clock.
Yeah.
He needed to slide and just take his medicine. And now you're punting from way. I mean, can you imagine? They get the ball at the 50 and they're punting from what will be at about their 23 when they kick this one away.
And you got Castillo back. He doesn't return punts all the time, but he is their explosive player.
Wow, they lost 17 yards on that possession. And this might be offsides against Vista. Punt, Castillo takes it on a big hop and then can't break a tackle to the 35. Let's wait.
I think it's an illegal formation in the punting formation. And because of that, I think they'll take the 5 yards. I would tack it on offensively and not have them re-kick. We'll see what the play wants to do.
Yeah, they were checking with Chad Scott, so you're right. Thought maybe Vista got a little head start on that.
So this could bring the ball to the 40-yard line, and you have a timeout, 1 minute and 30 seconds. And
they're trying to decide whether they want to go ahead and make them punt it again and see if Castillo can spring one. I think they're going to.
Oh, wow. We're going to back them up 5 more yards.
So now you've lost 22 yards on this possession. I mean, just to punt it to the 1st down marker, you got to get it to the 40. And Castillo's set up at about the 43. This has been quite a sequence here. Boy, a couple of huge penalties. And again, a field goal can win it. So Aguilar at his own 15-yard line, high snap. Couple of extra snaps, low kick. Castillo looking for a big hop, and he gets it. Castillo got a little space and gets up to about the 46-yard line, so a good decision. Got an injured hippo on the far side, and that's Braden Daniel. That's their outstanding linebacker.
No question. Helmet's off, rolled over.
Well, you want him on this defensive sequence. Wow, so 1:17 to go, and Vista Ridge still with a timeout. Daniels come up with 2 of the biggest defensive plays, a strip sack and a recovery, and a stop on 4th down. This game has taken its toll on both teams.
Yeah, it's been a physical football game. There's no question. And it's a day short. I mean, playing on Thursday.
So Daniel able to get up. You know he wants to get right back in there.
I don't think he can come
play.
No,
you're right. He's got to sit out a play. Unless they chose to use a timeout.
Yes, they could have done that.
So it's showing still they have 2 timeouts. Well, Daniel's coming back out there.
Wow. I think that's a miss.
Are they going to say that was just in the process of a change of possession? Because, well, regardless, here we go. Vista Ridge
They got to have 30 yards.
Yeah, probably got to get it down to the 20 to have a realistic chance. They're going to go with the reverse and then the flip back on a hop. Lasik in jail, and he gets rid of it, and that is going to be ruled an incomplete pass. Nearly total disaster, and now they're going to...
Yeah, it's going to be intentional grounding.
Yeah, they dropped the flag. Well, they try to gadget, and the grounding will... It's still better than the sack.
It's fortunate they got this football back. Right there, he had to get it out of his hands. No chance to get it out of his hands.
Sorto blew it all up. So it ends up being a 16-yard loss. Well, all of a sudden it's negative plays here in this.
I think you may have to use your timeout when you have an intentional grounding. We'll see what the call is here.
Yeah. Well, we thought Hutto needed to use a timeout to bring Daniel back in to avoid the well, everyone's satisfied.
They ran 10 seconds off of the clock.
Yep, the 10-second runoff. So a huge loss, a 10-second runoff.
And the clock's running.
Lasik got to get it downfield, and it's picked off. Fournette with the interception, and Hunter Fournette will ice it for the Hutto Hippos. Well, Lasik was under pressure, backpedaling, tried to make a play, and it was the junior with his 3rd interception of the season that will certainly clinch a playoff spot for the Hutto Hippos.
Yeah, they've got pressure here in these last 2 drives with just 3, dropping 8 back in coverage, had nowhere to go with the football. These last 3 or 4 plays, over on downs, over on the interception, can't stop the clock. Heck of a football game, though.
So the Hutto Hippos grab their lead late in the ball game, and they're going to hold on. Hunter Fournette, junior linebacker, 3rd interception of the season, and none bigger than the one right there.
Nothing more important than seeing victory formation.
Hutto will move to 7-2 and 6-1 in 25 6A. Vista Ridge will go to 6-3 and 4-3. They've got Westwood next week right down the road at the Palace, and Hutto's got another tough one against McNeil, so they'll do that one more time. Nope, this is not going to take any timeouts to school with them. They use that timeout. Well, we've got time, and so let's go and check out our Covert Auto Group winning drive, and it literally is the winning drive because this is when Hutto took the lead, and it started with that strip sack by Braden Daniel.
Yeah, gets to the outside, and then all of a sudden the zone read becomes a major part of what they do to the outside, and then you're going to get it into your hands. I don't know how that ball was completed. I've seen it now for 3 times, and I don't know how it was completed to the outside. Puts it down here, gets it down inside the 15 and a 1st down.
And then find your playmaker.
Fields just does an outstanding job. He's done a great job using his body all night long. And in this 4th quarter, he was also the free safety the entire 4th quarter.
Yeah, had a couple of touchdowns. Big second half for Stefik. That is your Covert Auto Group winning drive as they will take a knee. They'll wind the clock, and that will do it. The Hutto Hippos are going to be, at worst, tied for 1st in the district going to the final weekend of the season. It was a wild one here at Gupton Stadium, and again, Vista Ridge played a heck of a ball game. Now they've got to regroup and close it out with a win to get to 5-3 in district play.
Yeah, it puts themselves in a position. I'm not sure that a win gets them in, but it put them in the best position they can be. Heck of a ball game, and one of the best we've had in a few years here on our big game of the week.
Yeah, and we'll see if it comes down to a tiebreaker, and they beat Round Rock to open district play. Also the night they lost their starting quarterback, but that's the big win they've got in district play. And so what a night it was here at Gupton Stadium. Now we head into the final weekend of the regular season. Don't forget, tomorrow night you can watch the Westlake Chaparrals, Del Valley Cardinals. That's a 7:20 airtime, and then they'll kick it at 7:30, and you can watch that on KXAN+. So Hutto goes over to their side, celebrates the victory. 35-34 is the final score. Thanks so much to everyone from KXAN Sports that made this broadcast possible. Great night and a great ball game. For Levon Whitaker and Keith Moreland, I'm Roger Wallace. Good night from Gupton Stadium